What's up, chat? How's it going? Over here with T5S2 Pod 18 finals. Players are just setting up right now, so I will pop on over to our game stream momentarily. I want to thank everybody for coming and joining. It's been a while since we did a finals game. We got a Tyranid mirror match right now, pretty representative of the current metagame, so not that surprising.
Someone's now got 9 hours, which means they can have a lot of thinking time.
To be honest, I think this is that this matchup's actually kind of sick, but that's probably because I'm wildly biased. But we do have a pretty insane split of 2 armies. Also, I forgot to mute my phone. It's very unprofessional. That's too bad. Let's hop on over to our game stream here. So we have 2 stream veterans on the table today. Over here in the red, we have Indicius Magpie, who's been kind of dropping some big results recently on the T5S2 scene. He's actually joined almost every single pod that he possibly can. So this guy plays an absolute metric butt ton of 40k, and it's been really nice to see him pushing up his win percentage, getting to higher places in these pods, and certainly the Tyranids have been helping him here. And Indicius is playing a really interesting list. Let's talk about his list real quick while the players are going through their deployment. As a reminder here, we are on... We are on... Grab our mission name today. So we are on mission 32. This is Death and Zeal. Just blanked on my name there for a sec, chat. I apologize. Players are going to be incentivized to push toward the center objective. The objectives are sticky for objective-controlled units only, which is certainly... it's going to give both players a little bit of an advantage here, because unlike most Tyranid games, this is actually probably the most objective-secured we're going to see on the table for Tyranids in a really long time. Players also incentivized to take objectives away from their opponent, so if they control an objective marker at the end of their turn that they didn't control at the start of their turn, so they're usually the center objective, your opponent will take it to score their Stranglehold, and then you'll take it back, and both of you will have scored your direct assault bonus points at that point, or you destroy an enemy unit that's within range of an objective marker. You will get 2 points, 3 points if you fulfill both conditions. So we are going to be playing a relatively aggressive game today, trying to push into the center of the table. But let's talk about these lists, chat, because we got some friggin' spicy lists going on over here. Over here on Indicius Magpie side of the table, I teased a little bit going into the game. We got a bunch of Carnifexes, chat, which is very exciting. I'm glad to see other people jumping on the Carnifex Herd archetype. This is a High Fleet Behemoth sub-faction. So, seeing 2 double patrol detachment. Looks like, I think, or single patrol detachment, actually. Excuse me. That's interesting. Not that it really matters. It's effect similar to single patrol. High Fleet Behemoth is obviously going to buff these Carnifexes pretty significantly, because it is going to bring them up to that strength 7 in the first round of combat. They will shock assault for strength effectively. So +1 strength if they're charged, are charged, or performed a heroic intervention. If you can include that alongside an adrenal glands, that gets them to the coveted threshold of strength 8. Not going to be that big of a deal in this matchup, but it certainly means that you wouldn't enemy toughness 8 models like the Foot Hive Tyrant and the Maleceptor here over on Dylan Usher's side of the table on 5s, or on 4s, excuse me, rather than 5s. So you bring them to their transhuman, essentially. Although against the Warriors and most of, or at least one of the Harpies, for example, they are going to be... I want to double check the positioning of these Carnifexes. Is it the final position of the Carnifexes there? Because I think they have to push back a little bit.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you have a 9-inch zone. I put a circle out. You should be able to see the circle. The white circle that's on the table.
There's no white circle I can see.
There's no white circle.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I drew one, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't show up for you guys. So I'm sorry.
Isn't it the circle?
Yeah, you just need a...
just in the fucking super. Keep touching it.
Nice.
It's ready for some more.
Maliceptor might have to shuffle a teeny bit too. Apologize, chat. Y'all can see this white circle here, right? There it is. It's right on the ground.
Oh, I can see a circle now.
Alright, well.
It's like a grey line that's going all the way around.
Yeah, just give me a second. I have to do this.
Alright, well. As the players work that
there's a
out,
grey
we'll talk
line
about the
going all the way
remainder of Indicius Magpie's list here. Looks like they were figured out the final position of the deployment. Not a big deal for Dylan as he's trying to hide as much as he can from these heavy venom cannons. But obviously for Indicius monster-focused style of army, this is going to be a pretty big, important deal, that extra table space. But we'll just get that worked out real quick. So he is playing High Fleet Behemoth, not only to buff those Carnifexes, but also get access to Lurk biomorphologies. And not to mention, we should mention as well that the Behemoth Psychic Power is +1 to wounded melee, which for the most part actually won't matter in this situation because of the transhuman effects on Dylan's side of the table. But for the Screamer Killer, Carnifexes makes them much better at trading up for things that you want to be killing with them. So they're able to really go in and just do a billion damage before they go down. This is bringing a Tyranid Prime, Synaptic Tendrils on that guy, so we have access to 2 reroll 1s to wound auras. Neurothrope with direct guidance. Usually I see those two switched. That's interesting. Usually the Neurothrope is the one with the Synaptic Tendrils, but today we got the direct guidance on the Neurothrope. Yeah, there it is. So +1 to hit from that guy on a core unit within Synaptic Link range. He's bringing Unstoppable Onslaught and Catalyst. We do have a 3rd power on him, but it doesn't look like we picked it. Not that it's really necessary. He doesn't usually end up casting it anyway. We also have a Winged Hive Tyrant. This guy bringing Reaper of Obliterax, so ignoring damage ignore rolls and dealing additional mortal wounds on top of normal damage, and Adaptive Biology, so a 5+ damage ignore roll for incoming damage. Usually pretty good, at least especially in the late game, as that Hive Tyrant wants to sick in and start actually dealing some damage to people. And on top of that, also good if you are stuck in a situation where instead of onslaughting because you haven't killed your opponent, you do have to encircle the prey. So you will be able to mitigate some incoming damage. And then we have a couple units of Tyranid Warriors just to fill out that troops allotment. 1 unit of 3, excuse me, with a regular Venom Cannon. Don't need that many troops in this style of Tyranid army because the monsters effectively take the space of troops. You basically, while they don't fulfill your slots, you basically have Carnifexes as troops because they have that objective security keyword thanks to the territorial instincts on the Carnifexes. Nergo Matthew in chat, gifting a sub over here to Drarian. Congratulations, Drarian. Nergo Matthew, thanks so much for coming in and gifting us subs. Oh, another one. Whoa. Nergo Matthew, user 99990, getting a subscription as well. That gets Nergo Matthew to 199 gifted subs on the channel. Absolutely wild support from Nergo Matthew. By the way, Nergo Matthew, I said it on Tactical Tuesday yesterday, but I want to thank you again for coming in and saying hi to me over at Motor City Mayhem. I hope people enjoyed the commentary that Lyle and I were able to give over the weekend, and it was awesome to meet the people who came over and said hi. But yeah, Nergo Matthew reportedly did well in the doubles event. Big Chaos Demons team. Very exciting. So proud of our Nergly boy over here. Talking about the remainder of Indicius Magpie's list here, we do have those Carnifexes. 1 unit of 3, and keep in mind that these guys are going to split into multiples. So as soon as they are set up on the battlefield for the first time, they can set up within 6 inches of each other rather than coherency, and then they all become individual units. So vehicle squadrons type rule. We have 1 unit of 3 standard Carnifexes, those bringing heavy venom cannons and crushing claws. It's an interesting loadout. So going for some heavier damage rather than the typical scything talons that we see on these guys. Big D3+3 attack there. No hit penalty associated with them anymore, but only 4 attacks on those guys. We also have 3 units of Screamer Killers as well. These ones upgraded with adrenal glands, and I should mention the first unit of 3 upgraded with adrenal glands and enhanced senses, so we get that +1 movement, +1 strength to benefit in addition to the behemoth strength as well. So getting those guys up to strength 8, the coveted strength 8, alongside being ballistic skill 3 instead of the normal 4. Screamer killers, though, locked to ballistic skill 4. No access to enhanced senses for them. Not that you would necessarily take it, but that's because they do have a bioplasmic scream built in. So it's a D6 shot, strength 8, AP4, 1 damage weapon. Good at just piling a little bit of damage on people, and especially since you have so many Carnifexes in a Carnifex herd like this, you have a lot of individual shooting activations, which can make defensive stratagem use really awkward. And they can usually do a little bit of work just peeling wounds off people in the as they're making their way into melee. Really impressed with the Screamer Killer build. Also taking Spore Assists on the Screamer Killers, I guess I should mention, giving them cover. That's kind of cute. Gives them effectively a 1-up save unless you ignore cover. So I kind of like that. Pretty sweet. That also combos with our Venom Thropes that we have in the list, as well as the Maliceptor. So Maliceptor can provide that encephalic diffusion for -1 to be hit, or -1 to strength, excuse me, shooting at those models within 6 inches. The Venom Thropes for that big aura of -1 to be hit. And then following that up, we do have double Heartbeat in this list. One with Dermic Symbiosis, one with Synaptic Enhancement, although that Synaptic Enhancement not going quite as far as it does in the Leviathan list, since it is going to be on... Did we just reset our clock here to 9 hours? What did we do?
You can just, when it goes to 8,
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Roll the first turn, then.
Looks like somebody gave themselves 8 extra hours of game time, but we're just going to play two 8 hours instead.
Roll the 6.
Big 6 for Dylan Usher to go first. Indicus Magpie, can he tie it?
before everything starts.
Doesn't look like he did.
My
With only 3.
pin so that all my monsters are obsec.
I'm just going for +1 charge. Oh, wait, actually, wait. No, I don't need it. I'm just going to keep the reroll a hit roll.
Yep. And
Okay.
that is
Yeah, so
all
both players picking their adaptive traits now. One very cool thing out of the new Tyranid Codex.
Cool.
Each Tyranid subfaction has one of their subfaction abilities that can be swapped out for a list of additional abilities, and those can obviously be ones that you build your army around. And in this case, High Fleet Behemoth armies typically get built around the Territorial Instinct subfaction ability, so it gives up its built-in reroll charges like it had in the previous version of the Codex, and instead gets objective secured on all the monsters. The big monsters, the Maliceptor and the Hive Tyrant specifically, there he is, Hive Tyrant in the back, count as 5 models when holding objective, so that's makes objective control for these big monster armies very good. But on the other side of the table, we have Abelian Warriors to do that for Dylan Usher's army. Speaking of which, we've talked about Indicus Magpie's army. Let's talk about Dylan Usher's. Moving over here, we have a single battalion detachment, this one coming out of High Fleet Leviathan. So all of the army is going to be at the very least stalwart while it's within 6 inches of a Synapse creature. The Synapse creatures themselves go to transhuman, so all these warriors can only be wounded on 4s, which is pretty useful for Dylan because I think literally every weapon in Indicus Magpie's army would be wounding it on 4s or better. So it's only upside in this case for Dylan Usher. And he has leaned really heavily into these warriors for this build. So in our HQ selection, we have a Neurothrope, that one with the Resonance Barb, so +1 to cast. No Synaptic Tendrils on him, so no ability to double activate that Warp Siphon. We also have a Winged Hive Tyrant, Reaper of Obliterax, Adaptive Biology, the same build that we see on the other side of the table for Indicus Magpie. Although it should be noted here that the Winged Hive Tyrant, although I don't know if it matters against anything in this particular matchup, only goes to Strength 11 in High Fleet Leviathan, but it does pump to Strength 12 in High Fleet Behemoth, which means it wins Toughness 6 on 2s, which is pretty useful. We have several units of Gargoyles. 1 unit of Gargoyles in the first detachment, big unit of 9 Tyranid Warriors with Death Spitters and dual Bone Swords. We also have 1 Lash Whip Bone Sword in that detachment as well, or in that unit as well, with Adrenal Glands and Toxin Sacs. Then we're following that up with several units of 6, 3 units of 6 dual Bone Swords, 1 Lash Whip Bone Sword, all Adrenal Glands on all of those warriors. So we are moving up to speed 7 with the warriors. They're going to get to strength 8 with their Lash Whip Bone Sword for AP2 damage. But fortunately for Indicus Magpie, the Carnifex profile pretty resilient against that type of attack because they do have a -1 damage effect built in, alongside their very hefty 2+ armor save. Those guys are not going to be taking too much damage from an AP2 weapon. They're going to be able to save on 4s and then reduce one of the damage down to damage 1. And I actually think that we might be a little bit more worried about the shooting for these Carnifexes than we are the melee. Although, with that Spore Cyst on those Screamer Killers, they're going to be actually relatively resilient against the Death Spitters as well. AP2 and the Death Spitters normally putting them to a 4+ save. This time, they're saving on 3s. Although the Death Spitters are long range and high volume, so you can pump enough shots into these Carnifexes to eventually kill them. But trying to rely on 2 damage weapons is a little bit awkward. We also have, following up the remainder of the list, a Maleceptor, which we do have access to almost the entire Maleceptor combo on this guy. We have rolled for T5S2 events, at least pre-Tyranid FAQ, that the Psychic action did eat a Psychic Manifestation. So the Maleceptor is capped at 3 Psychic casts, so 3 potential activations of its Psychic Overload for an additional 9 mortal wounds over the course of its entire Psychic phase activation, if the entire combo is enacted. We also have a Parasite of Mortrex bringing Alien Cunning. So we've seen on the infantry characters, these little screenable infantry characters, these, where have we put my Parasite? Here he is. I think we're using a Tyranid Shrike, old school Tyranid Shrike to represent Parasite of Mortrex until a model gets added to the mod. But using these screenable infantry characters to deliver that Alien Cunning and really just add some additional objective secured beef to your list. I know we saw, when I was commentating Motor City Mayhem, several times the game was basically decided by the presence of a Death Leaper in the middle objective, who's very difficult to kill, can't be targeted outside of 12 inches by ranged attacks as long as she's inside a terrain feature, as well as being -1 to be hit and having a 4+ invulnerable save. And then with that Alien Cunning, giving her objective security and counting as 5 models holding the objective, it's very difficult to wrest control of that objective without killing her. Parasite of Mortrex is a lot easier to kill, but is much faster, so we can threaten the the use of that Alien Cunning from a lot greater distance. We also have double Harpy in that detachment. Neither of them... Oh, excuse me. One of them bringing Voracious Ammunition, the other one bringing Synaptic Enhancement. So we actually don't have a Dermic Symbiosis in this list, which is pretty interesting to give that 4+ invulnerable save. So the Harpies, they do have access to Transhuman. One of them is permanent Transhuman because of that Synapse keyword, but the other one has access to Indomitable Monstrosity for a 1 CP Transhuman. But no built-in invulnerable saves on these two, so we're going to be relying on our Encircle the Prey to keep them safe. But certainly that's what Dylan wants here. The first player gets a huge opportunity to use their Harpies aggressively, although the terrain today is relatively conducive to Harpy play, because the Harpies can hide turn 1. And while they are aircraft, they aren't the fastest aircraft in the game. They do move 40, so sometimes it is a little bit difficult to get line of sight and especially complete your movement. Yeah, as we're seeing here, Dylan trying to get some sneaky positioning on his Harpies, but not able to put them in a perfect spot. So I think we're going to see a Harpy move there to touch a Carnifex for a bombing run. Yeah, then we're going to do a rotate and move the remainder. So we will be able to get line of sight to one of Indicius Harpies with that guy. Or potentially the Winged Hive Tyrant, which I would be a little bit more worried about on Indicius' side of the table. Now I wonder, it looks like the players are discussing the Spore Mine drop here.
6 dice.
Yep.
Sounds like Dylan wasn't entirely aware of the fact that the
5 up pings.
that the Carnifexes are individual models and not a full unit. So otherwise the Harpy would be rolling 10 dice on those guys, but instead he only gets 6. And it looks like Indicius has picked the Neurothrope Synaptic Imperative. Look at this nice card right here. He has all of his imperatives lined up and brings to the front whichever one he is currently using. We have Dylan with a pick here. I don't know if Dylan has placed his card out. He may have elected not to use an Imperative this turn, actually, because he's not going to be doing too much damage. You could pick Guide Mind, maybe, from the Tyranid Prime. We do have a Tyranid Prime, right? Oh, we don't. Okay, just kidding. That's actually surprising. The Warrior Focus lists tend to be pretty good with the Tyranid Prime, because they have a lot of attacks to get those exploding 6s from, and the reroll 1s to wound is pretty good, but he is a little bit of a hefty points investment. To finish off Dylan Usher's list here, though, we do have a second Hive Fleet Leviathan detachment. This one's just a patrol detachment to bring a second Hive Tyrant. We do have a Foot Hive Tyrant bringing Shard Gullet, so the 5 damage ranged weapon, as well as a Lash Whip and Bone Sword. We do have direct guidance on that guy for the +1 to hit on one of these big warrior bricks, and 10 additional gargoyles. Now, I've got to say, I think I like Dylan Usher's list here, especially since I should note for the folks in chat, I'm sure somebody has asked a question already. Are we using the Tyranid FAQ? And the answer is no. This is the final game of a pod that started a couple weeks ago. So list lock for our pods, lock as soon as their lists are submitted. So we do occasionally run into situations where a pod launches, shortly before new rules are uncovered. And we do lock those rules down to the state that they were before the tournament started. It's not fair. It's a little confusing for people to be changing lists and stuff in the middle of an event. So we just keep everything consistent. But this does mean that we are sort of full power Tyranids today. But to be fair, outside of the Harpy play, I don't think either of these lists changed significantly with the addition of the FAQ. We are going to see probably some Encircle the Prey play here. I think both of these Harpies are going to be pulled off the table. But other than that, most of the things are going to be staying largely the same.
Onslaught, do anything? Hive Nexus we could do for, I don't think, a single benefit, so we'll just end Psychic there.
Yeah, we also, it should be mentioned as well, did rule Zoanthropes as not having the Synapse keyword, so that they did not give you access to their Synaptic Imperative, which is why neither of these players is playing Zoanthropes. Otherwise, I think that, a nice activation of the Zoanthrope Imperative would have been pretty good, and especially since you could Hive Nexus it to maybe the Gargoyle unit in the center to make them a little bit harder to kill. That gives you a lot more play, a lot of play, but not currently available for these players. You do win some, you lose some for not playing with the FAQ.
One hit. No wounds. Cool.
Trying to take some pot shots with gargoyles. Not going to get very far.
Okay.
Now the real question here is,
we
did 4 damage to a Carnifex, or 5 damage to a Carnifex with bombs, excuse me.
So this Harpy...
Question is whether we try to finish that guy off or start to attack the flying units that could...
Yep, he's about to pop up your opinion.
That could encircle pretty quickly.
Oh, gonna get her open into the so that's nice.
See what Dylan
okay,
likes to do.
so we're gonna do the Ferocious ammo. One is just going to... He's gonna shoot his D3 mortal wound shots here. Actually, sorry, we'll shoot one Venom Cannon. Well, sorry, what I meant was the little
guns.
Little guns will go into the Harpy. One Venom Cannon into there, and one Venom Cannon into another Carnifex.
Okay.
Okay. So the one Venom Cannon into the wounded Carnifex. Which one are you transhumaning?
So you're shooting which on this one, and this one.
So Dylan here
This
very
one,
appropriately splitting his fire into over several units to try to bait out a transhuman.
Oh.
I have to imagine here that Indicius ends up
the
saving his transhuman for use on the Harpy in case a Venom Cannon went into the Harpy. I think the game plan here would have been for Dylan to try to get a transhuman or an Indomitable Monstrosity out on a Carnifex first, and then be able to target the second Harpy into whichever didn't get Indomitable Monstrosity.
Half damage, right? Okay, yeah. -1. Cool. We'll shoot the other one into the Carnifex next to him. That's no hits. We'll shoot the little shots into the Harpy.
Big downside of these Harpies is that they don't have, besides the High Fleet Leviathan sub-faction ability, they don't really have access to rerolls in a big way. So they do often get very deleteriously affected by -1 to hit effects. So, ironically, Harpies are actually kind of bad at fighting other Tyranids, although they are good against the heavy infantry. Indicus has not brought any of those heavy infantry, and that might be pretty good for him. Looks like this Carnifex may just live. No, it does go down.
Yay! I just leave the Harpies. I could shoot a bunch of shots into him, but I'm gonna kill it. I'm kind of okay with those Carnifexes a little bit more now. The other Harpy's just going to put everything else into the Harpy, you can see.
Okay, I will spend one UCP for transhuman on the Harpy.
Cool. We'll do 6 shots, hitting on 4s. You have to reroll a hit roll for
curious
Leviathan.
about this line of sight here.
Nope.
I guess the players did
Reinforce.
determine that this line of sight
One
was
save.
was okay.
6 up. He takes 4 damage.
Cool.
It's down to 8.
Little shots. 5.
So we do see
One save, -1.
1 venom cannon going through,
Yeah, 4 up. Yeah, same
Cool.
something.
and no stinger salvos. So
Cool.
we did kill one
Um,
Carnifex
Well,
on
end of
Dylan's side of
turn,
the
we'll
table.
take both
Probably not
harpies off.
the alpha strike he was hoping for.
I'm also half tempted to
But
take the gargoyles off,
as we've
actually,
talked
because they'll
about
just die.
several times in the past, harpies are an attrition piece. They're not a. They do alpha strike a little bit, but they don't do crippling damage on the first turn. But
Well,
the
no,
upside of
because against
pre-nerf
that, I could
harpies
get
is that
Strangle
they
right now.
wouldn't be able to be
And
attacked
then
in the swing back, so they would just be able to
the
attack
primary-
again every
yeah,
turn.
you move a Carnifex on there, I lose it.
Not really. You 10 models. I only count as 1.
I only have one model on it.
Oh, okay. So, well, okay, fine. Whichever.
No, I am actually going to take those off as well after I score it.
Yeah, so, he scores
So it looks like
Stranglehold and
encircling the
then
gargoyles
Yep.
and both harpies. Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a big CP expenditure, especially for a list that only
Gino
started
spotted.
defensive.
at
Yep.
6
And over
CP.
to you.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah,
pretty
stuff.
pretty low there, but it does mean that Indicus has very little to attack back.
I just swapped the timer over there.
Yeah, I have.
And we do have
So +1.
the
hit
Carnifexes
on
are
the
Dylan playing very
Carnifex.
defensively. We may be able to get a couple shots into some gargoyles back here, but these lines of sight could be a little bit awkward. The thing to keep in mind is that Dylan did place the gargoyles that he could not hide behind the physical wall, behind the obscuring terrain. We can see the base here marks the difference, the edge of the obscuring terrain. So unless Indicus can get inside that, he won't be able to shoot that unit. Although this gargoyle, I think, is going to probably spell doom for a couple of them, because I think we can get some easier lines of sight onto them. But otherwise, we're playing relatively conservatively on Dylan's side of the table with the Warriors. There certainly is a universe where Warriors run aggressively to the middle to try to obstacle that away, but that's not what we're doing. And it looks like Indicus here running up his Hive Tyrant to objective secure out objective 2. A little worried about that. The Hive Tyrant doesn't hide particularly well, so we can start eating some hits on it with from the Tyranid Warriors. Hopefully its adaptive biology can see it through. We may also see an encircle the prey off that, but I kind of doubt it, to be honest. Looks like some lines of sight getting drawn around the side of the map here from this first Heavy Venom Cannon Carnifex. The second one maybe able to cut a line of sight onto a warrior in this big unit. I think there is one. Yeah, it looks like we did find one. All right. Now the warriors can -1 damage. It's not going to do anything against the Heavy Venom Cannon though, because the 4 damage going down to 3 doesn't really make a big difference. And here comes the Screamer Killers around the edge. Looks like only a 2-inch advance, not quite enough to get it onto the objective. Ooh, I would really like to see a Screamer Killer on that objective.
Go back 1.
Oh, and that was a CP reroll on the advance roll to try to get it on there. We needed a 3+ and only rolled a 1. Oh, heartbreaker. That sucks. Unfortunate for Indicus. I didn't put a prediction up here, chat. Let me do that real quick. We'll do a quick prediction. I know the game has already started. We don't usually do it, but we'll do it just this once. It's Warriors versus Carnifexes, but I do want to know. Who everyone is rooting for. I know Tyranids are a bit of a contentious faction in the game right now. People don't really like them. I do think that the Tyranid mirror match is really interesting, but I understand that the most broken faction's a little bit obnoxious. Hopefully things calm down a little bit for Tyranids once the FAQ comes into play and we start playing with a significantly depowered version of the faction, although not entirely so. They're still going to be very strong. Matthew Nurgle loving big bugs no matter what. That is a very equal opportunity approach to the matchup, Matthew Nurgle. I appreciate that. I appreciate that open-mindedness. Playing very aggressively with this Maliceptor now as well. Unfortunately for Indicius, the Maliceptor's aura isn't going to be that big of a deal this game. The Tyranid Warriors being strength 5 on their ranged attacks, going to strength 4, only works against the Maliceptor itself. Still worth trying to get off, and it looks like we might be starting to try to peel some gargoyles out here. I'd be curious to see if Dylan elects to keep that gargoyle on the edge alive. They are out of a Synapse Aura right now, so they are susceptible to morale. And you could create some coherency problems if we start pulling the models that Indicius can get line of sight to. Looks like we might have 2 Screamer Killers firing at the unit, although that range looks a little bit dicey, maybe just 1. Plus the Maliceptor activation. Shouldn't be enough to wipe the unit, but it will be enough to drop them down to only a couple models. Fortunately, that's all Dylan needs for that unit to do, because they're just going to be holding out that objective. Now, I'm a little curious about the positioning in the back here as well. They are moving the Tyranid Prime Neurothrope up with the Venom Thrope cover. Tyranid Prime a little bit exposed, only protected right now in Lookout Sir from the Venom Thropes themselves. He's not within 3 inches of the Screamer Killer right here. You see the Tyranid Prime on the left-hand side right here. Which means if one of these Venom Thropes dies, he's actually able to be attacked. Could be a little bit awkward, so we're going to hope that these Harpies can do significant damage to the Warriors. Fortunately, I think Harpies a little bit better into Warriors than the enemy Harpies are into Carnifexes, especially with that -1 to hit. And we do not have Venom Thropes in Dylan Usher's army, is that correct? Sounds a little bit silly, chat. Don't bring Venom Thropes? What's wrong with you? Yeah, no Venom Thropes. So I think we're going to start to reap a great toll of Tyranid Warriors here from these Harpies.
I just could just fly over here then.
Oh, he's not going to bomb me.
He's just gonna crap mine right over here and then run him into.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same thing.
Druins knew a guy who liked Tyranids. He got smited. His brain blew up. There was a big bug with 6 brains, and it made his head go pop. JX Cole think the FAQ will make people respect the big bugs a lot more. Are you specifically talking about lists like this, JX Cole, with the Carnifexes style list? Because we did see monster focused lists be played, even out, pre-FAQ.
Warriors is going to advance.
So I think what we did there, chat, is we placed the Harpy down within position to drop the Spore Mines from the Harpy. The Spore Mines moved up and nuked the Tyranid Warrior unit. So instead of rolling 66 on 4-ups, we rolled 3d6 on 2-ups, which is a little bit less effective than the regular roll, but still fine. Did nuke 1. Oh, it did an extra wound to a Tyranid Warrior. That's nice.
There we go. And that is all. Onto my Psychic.
Yep.
So Maliceptor goes enough to do some shenanigans, and also, do I take a -1 anyway? Nope.
Yeah. This guy.
No. Okay, that's fine. So you'll take a -1. So 3 dice. I get +1, so I ignore your -1.
Can players hear? Can everyone hear the player mics? Okay, chat.
He's gonna cast. He's within 12 of these guys, so he's gonna cast.
Indicus Magpie was having some microphone problems today, so he's very quiet.
Bounce it. Oh my god. Oh, do I want to Psychic Scream you first?
Why does the Maliceptor have an extra green data sheet?
Yeah, because the Aeroscope doesn't work for me.
Okay.
Psychic Scream is 18 inches. Okay, cool. So he's gonna Psychic Scream these guys.
Isn't Psychic Scream the closest?
Is the closest visible? No, wait, sorry, it has to be these guys. Okay.
Yeah,
So then.
because you can see this guy back here.
And wait, oh, it's not that one. Euro Parasite. I'll pause that. Is that 18 inches or is that? Give me a sec.
I've got it on one of my guys. It's on my Neurothrope.
Pretty sure it's 18 inches or something like that.
It's 18 inches, yeah.
Okay, so I will Euro Parasite you guys. That's what I want.
Oh, okay.
So 9 dice.
So- The warrior unit, yeah.
Oh wait, not. I first need to roll it. Sorry.
Matthew Nurgle
Just
volume's
awesome
good. Thank you very
casting
much.
powers.
Thanks for letting me know.
That's-
Blow the brains, but I'll keep it. No wait, hold up. Yeah, I blow the brains up. So he takes
Okay.
2 more. You'll take an additional mortal wound. So does it D3 plus 1?
Yeah.
He takes
Takes
2.
2.
5 of funeral pain.
So it
he
looks
takes
like
1.
we voluntarily ate
Yeah.
Damage to him.
a,
He did not, so he goes down.
perils on that Maliceptor. Yeah,
And then I go 9 dice.
using the
Neuroscope
Neuroscope imperative to ignore 2 of them.
And then
Very, very nice. And here we go.
Yeah.
See if we can pull any of those
on
gargoyles out.
6 up, you take
Oh no, we're doing it on the warriors. Interesting.
you take 1 whole mortal wound.
Okay.
I didn't save it.
And then these
Where's
buggies,
the win?
are they within synapse? Yeah, they are within.
Yeah,
they are.
but it's... Yeah, they don't get the save though, because it's within
So
6 inches.
So 3 of these guys go pop.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which 3. What's the range on the flamer? 18. So he can see one of the guys. He can see him.
You want to put this guy within the inch of a wall?
I mean, I've messed it up, but it's fine. He advanced. You'd have
Okay.
to put onslaught onto him, and then...
Oh, that is the plan.
Well, yeah.
Well, I still have psychic.
One... Wait, is this gonna work? Okay, that doesn't work anyway, so we're gonna go... 1... Oh wait, actually, just take that one. 1, 2, 3, and we should be out of 12. Nope. Take that one. There we go.
Psychic Scream can still hit you, so I'll still do that. Psychic Scream into your guys. Yeah, I get it.
So a
I'll
little
try and
bit
stop
of,
that one.
give and take there from both the players. I appreciate Indicius Magpie allowing Dylan to
I get +1 to deny. so
take
it's
back his gargoyle positioning if he wanted to. It didn't end up mattering. He just pulled the gargoyle anyway. We will have to roll a synapse check for these guys, or a morale check for these guys, because they are no longer in the fearless synapse aura. And Dylan does not get the objective anymore, but at least they're not dead. A Screamer Killer contacting that unit would absolutely have killed them.
Okay, so I'm going to give Catalyst onto the Maliceptor, hopefully. Nope, not 3 dice. No.
Arrive to the
That's
bug
fine.
show? Absolutely, chat.
Nice. It goes off.
We are,
That goes Maliceptor. Are you in range to deny my
we
new
call this the entomology department, because we are studying some insects today.
Or did you?
You got it on. I've got it in range because I've got the Mali in range, your Mali.
No, this guy. So
Cool. So, have I got anyone? No, I will try and stop this. It goes off on a 9. So I need a 9. Hey, we stop it.
and then what else do I need? Paroxysm. There you are with- Is that 18? No, it's 12. But that's
Yeah, we do have that synaptic enhancement on one of these harpies. I wonder if Indicius could have maybe made his positioning a little easier by putting his synaptic enhancement harpy near his
not
guys.
really matters. What
But
does
it doesn't
matter?
look like we
Okay,
can
so
synaptic link
then
chain out to him.
Onslaught
A
with
big
the-
downside of
we'll go on
the
to- who can s-
Carnifex focus list or the monster focus lists over the more classic Leviathan Warrior Maliceptor lists is that the Leviathan lists are entirely synapse, which means your synaptic link chain is very strong and really easy to
I'm not in range for anything now.
really easy to
so
keep in
he will
range.
just ignore the penalty to his
A
shooting.
little bit tougher for the non-synapse
And
monsters.
that's about it. High Tyrant up here is going to cast. He's looking 12 of this guy. No, he's not. Okay, so we're done. Let's get on to the shooting.
Okay.
So, that Screamer Kill is gonna scream at your harpies. I mean, not harpies, your gargoyles.
Gargoyles. Yep.
D6, I'm thinking minimum 3. Yep, okay. D6 minimum 3, I go 5.
Yep.
He hits on 4s now because he ignored the penalty. That is 5. Yep. 4s, no reloads, and these will be 2s with reload 1s.
Do I get the transhuman though? Mini transhuman?
It's 4, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's, in,
Cool.
it's within synapse range, so you would get it, but it's all
Yeah.
4.
Minus
4.
4.
So
Okay, so just killing 4.
There it is.
up goes the heart. Gargoyles.
They aren't called
Okay,
Screamer
those
Killers for
convicts.
nothing. They do scream,
Yep.
and they do kill.
Shot into this warrior group.
Okay.
So he's got 3 shots.
Firing our heavy
minuses
venom
anyway.
cannons now. Let's see what they can do.
Oh no.
Okay, so these will be 3s.
I believe in the
no
Carnifexes.
Legos. Yeah, missed twice. And these will be 4s.
4s.
Nope, good. No Legos here. Okay, so that's done. Shoot, shot. Can't shoot. They're tied up. Okay, Harpy. Everything's gonna go into your warriors.
Yep.
And are they near venom? Yeah, wait, you don't have venom tropes, do you?
No.
Okay. So there is 6 shots.
We just said, let's just take more warriors instead.
Well, it's not a bad idea, especially if you can get the 5 of inbound now. 3s. That's
Ooh,
And
unfortunate
we-
roll out of the
4s.
Harpy. 4
Yeah.
misses. Oh
Who
my
needs
god!
ropes?
Failed every single
Yeah.
attack from the
And
first
I
Venom
also
Cannon
shit.
activation. Not what we wanted to
8
see from these
stingers
big,
have a-
low volume Harpy
Yeah.
shots.
on 3s. Well, they actually hit. And these will be 4s.
Yeah. Cool.
5 ups.
5s.
Oh,
Okay,
we
cool.
do knock a warrior out with a Stinger
1,
Salvo
2.
though. Can't be too upset about that.
The filming pain's on the big warrior unit.
Okay, that's him done.
1, 2,
See if we can just clip that unit out
3,
with
4.
the
There we go.
second Harpy. Would be nice.
Cool.
And then we pull
This
those two off the
Carnifex is
table.
going to shoot you. I think he can see you. Yes.
Yep.
He's just going to put his 3 shots. He's hitting on 2s because he's got +1 to hit. He's rerolling 1s and he's wounding on 4s with a reroll of 1s. Wow.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that, plus the direct guidance coming in clutch.
Okay, the last Harpy.
No,
Yes,
no
a few
4-ups
shots.
to wound though. Transhuman really blunting the attack
Shoot.
from
Yep,
these
that's the
heavy
last
venom
shot. So
cannons.
Harpies, everything into that warrior blob.
Yep.
On 3s.
Oh my god!
Impressive.
What is this game, chat? Can we talk about that?
Bad luck. This is 3s
So out of 12 Harpy shots, we hit 2?
and 4s.
No big deal. Just 2. That's all.
Yay, 5
Whatever. Who needs to hit with their Harpies? You know what I mean?
2 kills,
like not even that
kills that
necessary.
guy. Puts the guy down to 1.
Yay.
Down to 2, sorry.
That was
That was
not the
pathetic,
turn that we
but
wanted
anyway,
out of
it was-
Indicus Magpie here.
I think that's everything. No charges to declare.
Thank you, Dr. Dudes.
It's
Master of the
turnable.
soundboard as always.
And
That
I'll
was
keep our boxes.
that was a brutal turn, just from the
Bye, Harpies.
standpoint of being diced horrifically.
No
On
turns up.
Indicus Magpie side of the table. There go the Harpies back into reserve with Encircle the Prey. We do get
You
Stranglehold
got
for
more
both
outs to take those
players.
guys. No, wait, you don't. No, yeah, you do.
No, I
No
don't.
units
Yeah.
killed for
I need a 1.
Indicus. Oh, we
Roll
didn't.
1! Damn it.
Morale. Looks like morale has
kill?
failed.
Oh,
Or
there's one guy
Gargoyle
left.
runs away. There's one guy who can run to grab the objective again.
Wait,
All I need.
Lucky outcome for Dylan Usher here.
Okay.
Oh man, but he is down to a 4-point primary. And he is going to have to come out and play with the Carnifexes this turn.
So much minus 1 combat.
Now we'll see what we pick for our snaps
Another
comparatives.
trophy on 2.
Okay, so what do I want to do? I get 4. Okay. Couldn't really do anything about that.
Do we pick comparatives?
Oh yeah, we need to do imperatives.
Yeah.
Let's roll off.
So
Hey.
because the imperatives
I get it.
trigger
Roll the 1.
at the start of the battle round, the players have to
Oh.
roll off every battle round, and the winner determines who picks
Okay.
first, so they'll make their opponent pick first.
Okay,
And it looks like we're going to do
I'll pick
Guide Mind for
6s in melee, I suppose.
for Indicus Magpie,
Sure.
and Goaded to Slaughter for Dylan
Oh.
Usher. So how
Um,
useful that's going to be.
Let's go to move. Sorry.
I think
let's see,
there's
plus
a
1 to
universe
hit.
where I think where maybe you don't even pick one this turn for Dylan Usher, or you pick the Maliceptor's Synaptic Guidance. So what we can do is drop the Gargoyle unit in the back here, perform a retrieve, knock one data, and then get to shoot at this Winged Hive Tyrant. That's also pretty useful. Only if they're in Synapse range, though. So actually, that would be a little tough to get a Synapse creature in range to also do that and knock one data. Ignore me. That wouldn't have been useful. See? Harpy's balanced. Absolutely. Harpies are fine, chat. You can do Encircle the Prey and attack every turn and do a bunch of mortal wounds, as long as the Harpy doesn't do anything. Perfect. I will say that Heavy Venom Cannon profile does feel very, very inconsistent after you play it a couple times with it. Only 3 shots means it's pretty wildly swingy one way or another. Looks like we are advancing our Maliceptor over here. Not quite as far as we wanted to with Dylan. These advanced rolls pretty terrible for both of these players.
Okay. Got a gargoyle behind the wall.
You just gotta watch coherency for the 6-man squads. I think they're both out right now, actually.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Those big bases. Yeah.
We can go up out there.
There it is.
There we go. There we go.
So it looks like angling to sink in a Winged Hive Tyrant this turn.
Keep forgetting the 6.
A little bit difficult to actually secure a kill on the Maliceptor with him because of that 4+ invulnerable save and access to the 1 CP Indomitable Monstrosity. But if we do get the Tyranid Warriors in there with their exploding 6s, we may get some work done. We can dump a lot of CP into making the Winged Hive Tyrant deal as much damage as possible. For 1 CP, because he has Adrenal Glands, we can pump for D3 additional attacks. And then for 1 CP, reroll all of our wound rolls to get around that transhuman effect. But again, into a 4+ invulnerable save, a little bit tough. Sometimes the invulnerable save just goes well. We'll see how much damage Shard Gullet does, though. Shard Gullet getting into range.
It's like not amazing, but it's not bad.
Profile versus Balethorn. Do we have Balethorn and not Shard Gullet?
Shot to death by something, I think. I was like, oh, do need that sentence. Sure. Parasite is going down for me, well.
Looks like a mistake on the list here, chat. List says Stranglethorn Cannon, but it's been upgraded to Shard Gullet, which I don't believe is legal. But profile says Balethorn Cannon. Which, to be fair, is probably worse in this matchup.
I don't think there's anything else to move, is there? No. Okay.
Those
Gargoyles.
So here comes the dead unit, or the not the dead unit of gargoyles, the wounded unit of gargoyles.
Wrong unit of gargoyles.
They will be up.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Living gargoyles.
Here's the correct one. So going into the back here, do a retrieve of Knockwind data. We did see this. We have been seeing this gargoyle unit play a lot more frequently, and I have to imagine that this becomes the play that Encircle the Prey ends up being used for most often in the post FAQ world, where you use these big gargoyle units. They are relatively easy to screen out because they're huge, but they do get to automatically complete a retrieve Knockwind data as long as they haven't been taking any casualties. And Encircle the Prey can just send them back into reserve every turn to go do that, or not every turn, but every other turn. So you can have a single unit of gargoyles complete basically every table quarter over the course of the game, just about. I think you can do 3.
Yeah, okay, so we're not.
And that sets up that retrieve Knockwind data for a pretty good score at the end of the game for the Tyranid player, especially since, you know, you're fighting against the Tyranid army and they have so much forward pressure. Look at all these warriors running up the table. You don't want to have to waste attacks to go kill a gargoyle unit. If we have to send Reaper of Obliterax back there to kill that guy, I think Indicus Magpie is going to be having a really bad day. But it looks like we're just going to be trying to remove this Hive Tyrant potentially with the Harpy. And this might be the turn now that we have... If we are able to get rid of the Winged Hive Tyrant, the Harpy may end up actually just leaving or staying on the table because there's not too much that threaten it after that happens. We'll see how it ends up going.
Parts of the mounts.
I can do that as well, to be fair. And then we'll just bring the other one in next to it, I think. Maybe over here. That's not too close. Nope, that's fine. So he's touching it so he can see through it. Cool. And we can also see the hard time with both of them. And that's everything to bring in. So Psychic. So let's do.
Different bases, so that's one.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Maliceptor's just gonna try a smite.
Okay.
Actually, first thing to do. This Hive Tyrant's gonna try Hive Nexus onto the Maliceptor.
Okay.
7 -1 doesn't go off. I am
One of the most interesting things about this matchup now is the interaction of two conflicting shadows in the warp,
he's got another
giving
power,
each other -1 to cast. Actually makes this the psychic phase in this matchup much less consistent than it is normally.
We'll go off on a 8.
Good. You can have it. Go ahead.
Cool. 2 on Screaming Killer. Cool. We'll do Onslaught from Neurothrope onto the Red Warrior unit. 2d6 plus 2. 5, 6, 7. You are in deny range. I'll just have to let you try and deny it.
How much did you go?
A 7. So yeah, plus 2.
8.
Yep.
So
Damn it.
denied.
Well, nothing I was doing was gonna get that through, so. We will
Take away my
catalyst that unit.
catalyst. You take away my catalyst, I'll take away
Yeah.
your damn arms.
Catalyst that unit. Okay, well,
Yep.
you're not stopping that.
Oh, I'm not. I can't deny. I'm too far away, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean range, but
No,
I'm not
yeah, but I
denying
got a
it.
13.
Yeah.
Cool. The Hive Tyrant will Psychic Scream. Who's close there? 4.3, 3.7. It's the Maliceptor. Might as well.
Loses.
No.
Unfortunately not.
Wait, no, it goes off, even at -1.
Oh, don't
You need
lose
to
though.
beat a 5.
New trope. Let's see. Yeah, he
Cool.
does.
Then Smite. No, that's a fail. And then, so that's 2 Smites, and then we'll do the Maliceptor Smite. 3d6. We'll take the 10. It's at -1, so it's down to a 9.
Matt, you can take it. I can't do anything
No.
about it.
Take
2.
1.
1. Never mind.
Cool. And that is all he can do.
Yay.
That was eventful. Okay. Well, we got Catalyst at least. We'll go to shooting.
Yep.
So let's do.
This guy is not -1 to hit because he's not close enough.
Yes. Then I don't have all of the desperate shots that I want.
He is +1 to his cover save.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so one of them's gonna have to shoot the Maliceptor, the rest of them can see him.
Alright.
And we will have to take a
Time to see
-1,
these
but we've got
Deathspitter
+1.
shots going.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 24 shots
Down to
into the
9 wounds on
Maliceptor.
the front Screamer Killer here.
I mean, into the Screamer Killer. On 3s, re-rolling 1s. And then 5s. -2.
1 becomes 3 ups. Oh,
Of
he's
course. Cool. And then the
Very
one guy
nice.
shooting the
There's that
Maliceptor.
Spore Assist coming into play. All saved saving throws on the Screamer Killer.
It's
That's lucky for Indicius.
1 wound.
He's good.
Cool. Not going well. We'll have the Hive Tyrant shoot the Maliceptor.
I'll spin a CP for transhuman on him.
Okay. So we got
So Indicus putting a
4 shots.
Indomitable Monstrosity down onto
Oh, wait,
the Malice
This
Scepter.
can't even hurt me.
Gonna try to keep that guy
It's the
alive
Bale Thorn. It is strength 10.
Yeah, okay.
from the
Go
3 damage gun on the Hive Tyrant over here.
Cool. 2s.
Please.
Oh,
This one to
yep.
hit.
1 save.
4 up.
3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah, not
Down
the
to
not
11.
an immense conversion from
Yeah.
that guy.
Okay. This is really not good. Oh.
Dylan Usher, not super satisfied with how his turn is going. I think we do need to see these attacks on this Winged Hive Tyrant. If we can roll well on the Winged
Okay,
Hive Tyrant, things go very poorly for Indicus Magpie.
This harpy will put the small shots into the Hive Tyrant, big shots into the Tyranid Warrior up there.
Okay, go ahead.
6 big shots. 3s.
So
Reroll
firing
a
the
hit roll.
Tyranid Warrior,
And then 3s.
but the
Oh, you
objective
kidding
number
me.
1 has
Okay.
been
2 die.
locked in, I believe.
It'll be you and you.
Yeah, leave the Venom Cannon there. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, and then I'll do the mortal
Should
wounds.
make a big difference for
Doing quite shit today.
Indicus.
Mortal wounds. Please do 3. 3.
Nope. Okay, so he's dead.
Oh. And then we've got 8 shots into the Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, I believe we had objective secured there at the top of the turn.
2
It
saves,
wasn't the
minus
monsters, but I think the Warrior Squad was on it.
4
Probably worth
ups. He
taking a
takes a
look
wound.
at.
Oh wait, 5 up, you're no pain.
1. 5 up.
He takes a wound.
Hey, he takes a wound. Oh.
Yellow Skype has really not been liking me as of lately.
I'll shoot this into... I might just try and really triple a Hive Tyrant. Or I could try and take out Carnifex. I don't have any other shooting, I think.
Yeah, that Warrior Squad was down there last turn, so that objective
that
should be
makes me
locked for
sad.
Indicus Magpie. Hopefully, the players don't
Um,
forget the
no line of
objectives
sight over
this,
there.
this mission.
We have one.
Definitely why Indicus would have liked to have
gone.
gotten a Carnifex to objective 4, threaten that lock-in.
But like not
subsequent turn.
super pressing. I have Carlos. No, you know what? This one is just going to pour everything into this Carnifex here.
Go ahead. Don't think I have anything I can activate.
Unless the Hive Tyrant. Actually, we're just going to pour everything into the Hive Tyrant and just see if we can like really wound him.
Okay.
Alright.
So
Yeah, the swings into the Hive Tyrant feel pretty good. I
6
sort of
shots.
anticipated that the game plan might have been to just fire both Harpies into him and try to kill him.
Reroll a hit
Especially
roll.
if we
Damn.
used up
Freeze.
the
3 wounds.
Indomitable Monstrosity on the Malice Scepter
4
already.
ups. Well, boy, 12.
Oh man, and then
Yeah.
the Winged Hive Tyrant fails 3 invulnerable saves
5
against
up,
it.
you're no pains.
See if he die here. Not quite.
He
Alive on
is
8.
3.
8, so he's down to
Ooh.
3.
And then the little shot.
no.
That's 10 dice.
Can we get him with a Stringer Salvo? That would be super obnoxious if that happened. That would be a prevented lock on the objective. 3 wounds go
saves, minus
through.
1.
Not like this, chat. No, not like this. He's alive on a 1?
Down to 1, and
Oh
5 up,
my
you're no pains.
God.
Yeah, he's down to 1.
This
I don't
is
think
the,
you
this
realize
is the
how
swinginess
tempting
of
it
that
is to
Harpy
fail the
gun.
action with the
Sometimes they do
gargoyles.
nothing, and sometimes they shoot you for 10 damage. Oh my
That
god.
would be a last chance to add those gargoyles there.
That's
Oh, it
brutal.
would, but that would be so tempting.
Are you in range? With all?
8,
Yeah, in range.
18.
Oof. Yeah,
Um,
considering breaking the
18,
retreat knock wound
yeah,
action
this
here.
is- Oh, why did you have to send me like this?
Killing that Hive Tyrant would be a big
Anything
deal.
else I can see?
Might get 1 warrior at him.
24 on Death Splitters.
Maybe 3
can
warriors. It's
see
like 1, 2,
the whip.
3.
We've got 1 warrior that can see the whip.
Advance.
You do have to
They
take the
didn't,
shot,
they
I
moved.
think.
So they'll be hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Oof.
Might as well.
Cool. 3
What a
is
weird
rerolling
game
1s.
so far, chat.
They hit.
No
saves.
way. 2 wound from the warrior shot into the
One
winged
at a time
Hive
if you wanna
Tyrant.
reroll
2
them.
4-up saves to make. We're going to slow roll them in case we need a CP
He's
reroll.
fine,
First one
and
good.
will he die?
Second one goes through. Do we re-roll it? A whole CP to save a
Oh,
Death
that's
Spitter
taken.
shot? Feels bad, man.
Nope.
Ooh.
CP
Okay.
reroll fails as adaptive biology. Save him, and
come
it
on.
does. Oh
was
my
so close
god.
to being
What a
amazing.
roller coaster right now.
Blue
Okay.
action.
Wild. Absolutely wild. Jeez.
Whether I fail this action is going to depend on me looking at all of my strats and seeing if there's literally a single thing I can do.
Yeah, so asking the question here whether or not we elect to fail the action on the
If you want to
gargoyle
kill those
unit.
gargoyles and not charging to the harpies, I'm fine with that.
Oh, no, I'm not going to kill them. I'm going to shoot out my harpies at them.
Oh yeah, you have harpies. Okay, let's just take a look.
Oh my
Choosing.
god, chat.
So you will get your Knuckman will get locked out of 2 zones.
Oh, but also, it's so tempting, and it would be funny because he's still actually really scary. What are the odds? 10 shots, 5 hits, maybe a wound. Not gonna work. Oh wait, we have orange unit with 1 guy.
Just looking at these warriors over here. It did look to me like we had 2 warriors, I think, that could take a shot from this middle unit. Let's see if they do it.
3 shots.
Yeah, I think he might as well take the shot from the warrior squad for sure. See what we get.
They hit.
Oh my
wounds.
god, 2 wounds every time from these warriors. One goes through his adaptive biology. Save him again, and it does!
Come on.
Incredible!
Just die. Okay, so how big is
Alright,
Knuckman versus
let's see if the
killing
gargoyles can
Tyrant?
kill him, or if they elect to.
You know what? I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to take the points.
Yeah, our chance to get a retrieved knockwound tier is a little
So
bit
nice.
awkward.
So early.
Definitely would have liked to have seen another harpy left open to fire at
Yeah.
that dude.
Does he come
But you don't
back
know that
now?
you're gonna roll 3 venom cannons through on a hive tyrant. It's very lucky.
Oh,
I wonder if
come
we
on,
see a
disconnected.
D3 heal here to try to bring that guy back up to mid bracket,
Be right back.
and then have him go do something exciting. We'll see if these harpies end up staying on the table and that the hive tyrant's alive. I think Indicius has to take the opportunity to try to kill a harpy if they stay on the table.
I'm quite surprised that they decided to nerf a captain on bike because he was too tough, and then made something that's even worse.
Yeah.
With Tyranid. Oh no, my T6 with not T6 and 9 wound with a 5 of feel no pain and -1 to hit captain his soul is too OP. Let me give you a tyrant that's T7 that can go to strength 12. That deals boatloads of mortal wounds, is a psyker, and can get permanent transhuman
Yeah.
with a 4-up inbound, 5 up no pain, and a billion relics that can freaking make him even more tougher. But anyway.
You know a codex is broken when the players of that own codex are complaining about how powerful it is in their own army.
This guy's going to go into
They're like, you know what's broken? The stuff I'm playing right now.
Oh, actually, wait, do I have any-
Yeah.
no,
Well, fortunately, the codex got a pretty big hit.
No, I'll go into both.
Hopefully, we see things get toned down quite a little bit.
Oh, Miles have to have a-
Hope people are enjoying the
No,
coverage so
still
far,
both.
chat.
Let's go.
Looks like a bunch of people
That
took
somehow
off. Nobody
failed.
likes to see the Tyranid mirror match. Nobody here for Carnifexes? Do we have any Carnifex stands in the house?
Oh yeah. Well,
So
you were
looks like
alone
here
there.
comes a
No,
big time.
Oh
Tyranid
my
on the
god, the
Malice
4
Scepter.
failed.
no, it's fine. You're dead.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it's failed.
Oh, oh,
Great,
Are you kidding me?
great. That's really bad.
Oh, that, why are we doing so shit?
Oh no!
Warriors
Oh no!
will
The
charge
Winged
through
Hive Tyrant
the
went for the
I mean,
Carnifex instead of the Maliceptor.
On a 7.
Not going for the Maliceptor and actually did not make the charge. Man, the dice in this game are so ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think these are the ones
I think
I
both
wanted
these
in.
players rolling probably some of the worst dice of their life. I think that was with a CP reroll too, right, chat? Jeez.
so
Okay,
that dice
so
roll that can be quite easy.
now we're getting
It's a gap here. you can put
purple
in.
squad in on the orange Carnifex.
Nah, it's fine. I'll just consolidate into it. I can't actually get the model over the wall. That's the problem.
Oh, I'm saying it's a gap. You can put.
No, I mean he doesn't have the movement to get over.
Not over. You can just be right here.
Oh wait, yeah, there's a
Bottom.
door. There's a door.
You take the door.
Okay, then I'll put that guy there.
There it is.
Okay.
Now, the downside here, I think, of the Crushing Claws on these ranged Carnifexes for Indicus Magpie are probably going to come up because the Carnifex that can't actually kill the warrior unit. So the warriors aren't really worried about swinging low into that guy.
Issues now.
King Live bought 2 Carnifexes off eBay. It's a good pickup. Carnifexes are great right now, chat. I think even more so, especially since the nerf came down, nerfing the most important stuff, the Maliceptors and the Harpies. These Carnifex is really super strong.
I haven't got enough in to kill him.
Even if you just a couple Carnifexes in a Leviathan list to add some range firepower, some anti-tank shooting, they're just pretty good. They're just a good unit. Don't know if I would say that they're broken or anything, but just really solid. Hit hard in melee, very difficult to kill.
To punch through.
Efficient for points. Just feels nice.
No, I mean, yeah. So we'll get 3 in. One of them's got a lash whip. But they'll all be rolling ones anyway, so it's 8, 11.
So here comes the warrior swing.
And
I believe that we did get our onslaught denied on the red warrior unit. So the red warrior is also not going into one of these Screamer Killers. So, I mean, as much as this has been a roller coaster ride of emotions, I think, for Dylan, he did 11 damage or 10 damage to the Winged Hive Tyrant. Wasn't able to quite seal the deal on that guy, which, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't necessarily have been expecting, I think, if I was Dylan. I think he could have committed a little bit harder and killed those guys. In his charge phase, on the flip side, his charge phase did fail sort of abysmally. But after Indicus Magpie's last turn, I can't imagine Indicus is that worried about, or is that upset about it, because his last turn was abysmally terrible in terms of shooting. He did almost no damage to his opponent's army. Looks like trying to engage a wrap here on the Carnifex. Carnifex not usually a unit that you'd want to be stuck in to melee with. Looks like only 2 hits on the Carnifex swinging in. And oh my god, that transhuman effect really making it difficult for these big low attack volume monsters. The Carnifex totally whiffing on the swing back on the Tyranid Warriors. Would really like to see monster Scything Talons on those guys over the Crushing Claws. But maybe that's just a matchup thing that we're feeling bad about. At the very least, I think you'd force Dylan Usher to consider an activation of Reinforced Hive Node to make those Tyranid Warriors -1 damage. To make the 3 damage attacks not one-shot them. 50% survivability increase there.
Okay, I'm going to...
We are back over to Indicus Magpie's turn. He did lose the center objective because of the Parasite of Mortrax and the Tyranid Warriors. Parasite of Mortrax with that Alien Cunning, counting as 5 models. But he does take and lock objective 2.
Yep.
So
and
he's
then
getting
that
that sweet 8-point turn.
Wounds of 1 will go into him.
Pulling
Put
ahead
Wounds of 1
slightly
going
in the
into
prime rib.
Sorry, I forgot to take the Tyrant off.
Go ahead.
Cool.
And then, yeah, okay, yeah.
Perform
Just
shift.
retroactively declaring the encircle there on that guy.
Oh, wait.
No encircle on Harpies. We're running low on CP for Dylan Usher, which means that we may see Indicus Magpie's Hive Tyrant go and try to remove this one of those Harpies. I imagine that's what we see here. Oh, that is a 3 on a rapid regeneration on this Hive Tyrant, putting him back up to 4 wounds, putting him to center bracket. So going to be hitting on 4s, or on 3s rather than 4s, with those just plethora of rerolls that Winged Hive Tyrants have access to. Absolutely crucial for this guy. That puts it into a pretty good, makes it a pretty reasonable proposition that he kills a Harpy now. And if we see Indicus Magpie's other 2 Harpies come down, use their anti-infantry firepower to kill the Gargoyles, and clip out the other Harpy on Dylan Usher's side of the table, now we have the range superiority solely in the hands of Indicus Magpie. Indicus's Maleceptor also totally untouched right now, and in the middle of this Tyranid Warrior brick, although we did put Catalyst on these Tyranid Warriors, so they are going to be a little bit difficult to kill. But that's making it so... I mean, this turn might swing wildly in favor of Indicus Magpie here. If we can see a good Psychic Phase out of this Maleceptor, it is facing down 2 denies, plus the Neurothrope, actually 4 denies on the Leviathan side of the table. But if we get a good activation out of it, deal several mortal wounds to this Tyranid Warrior unit, we could potentially use the Screamer Killer guns to kill the Gargoyle here, push the Screamer Killers into the Tyranid Warriors, force a 2 CP reinforced Hive Node activation, and then still probably kill most of the unit. And if the Maleceptor also gets a charge in, the Maleceptor can tow the objective to contribute its 5 models to holding it, so that the Tyranid Warriors don't even have the chance to take it back. And that may be a crippling amount of damage dealt back to the Leviathan Tyranids. If they lose their Gargoyles, 1.5 to 2 of their Harpies, and their Warrior Brick, things are going to be looking very bad for them. We also have a potential Venom Thorpe activation in the center here to force this Tyranid Warrior unit to fight last. Not sure if these Venom Thorpes are going to be charging, but all they need to do is stand within 3 inches of this unit to force it to fight last, which means this Carnifex gets another chance to kill them, plus the second Carnifex gets to charge in and try as well. That's a little close there, I think. No love for Molochs, Trigons, and Trigon Primes. I'm not sure about the Trigons and the Trigon Prime King Live 582, but I think Molochs are legitimately good. Especially if you're playing Alert Biomorphology. They do the Tyrannocyte job where you just get to drop 5 model OBSEC on someone's objective randomly, like in the middle of their turn. And that's sometimes very difficult for armies to deal with. Probably send it back to players' mics here while we're discussing positioning.
There's no windows on that side. Yeah, he's just gonna pop over here.
Yeah, okay.
I wonder if we're trying to angle this Harpy. So
I honestly think going second is better than the Tyranid now.
Peek a line of sight into the Gargoyles.
Sometimes. Like, dice will be dice. Sometimes your Harpy just rolls awesome and you kill the Maleceptor and everything, and you kind of screw someone's plan up. Other times you roll shit and you can't make a 4-inch charge. So.
Yep.
Okay, on to Psychic.
Yeah, so it looks like...
I don't care what happens in the rest of the game now. Any mistakes I make are because I failed a 4-inch charge.
Yep. That.
Looks like we're angling the Winged Hive Tyrant into the unupgraded Harpy. Gonna be sending shots into the one with Transhuman potentially.
Put Unstoppable Onslaught on himself.
Okay. Oh.
Get it.
No, it's a 7, and you're -1.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else with that. That's fine with me. He's going to... What else does he have? Paroxysm. Yeah, I'll put Paroxysm on these warriors. Not blow your brains out, please. I don't think...
I think that also fails. Yeah, it's a fail.
Yeah. Okay, at least he didn't kill himself. I'm happy.
That's sad. Aww.
Hope is going to give Catalyst to...
Chat, Molochs are 125
Maleceptor.
points. For all those stats,
yeah.
they're even cheaper than you think. Although typically their combat stats
So
have
that
never
goes
mattered
up
for me.
on a 7.
I don't think I've ever been able to attack with one because it's that every time. But that's okay. That's what it's there
Yes, I will try and stop it with my Neurothrope.
Plus 2 to this, so it's an 8.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this is probably the most aggressive I've seen a Neurothrope
Yes.
played outside
Yes.
of the Warforged
Yeah.
roll build.
So only 9. Aww.
And it's close to
Catalyst on
getting
Maleceptor.
denied, but it looks like our spells
Yeah.
are going off.
What else does he have? Onslaught.
160 with
I don't care about
toppings.
that.
I don't know if you need
Oh,
toppings
do
on
you
them.
mind if I just move this guy?
You just,
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
just drop them on people.
This way.
Cool.
Onslaught doesn't matter, I'll just smite. So, boom. I think you pull it down, so that won't be a super smite.
Yeah, just do your D3.
D3. 3. on your
Cool.
visible orb, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think we have to
Okay,
shift
now
the
it's-
Venom throw up a little bit, FYI, so that coherency is
Oh.
maintained.
Here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
I'll take that one.
Okay, Maleceptor, this should be fun. He's gonna cast Smite first.
So here comes
Okay.
the Maleceptor combo. What can we
I've
do? Big
never
smite
done
into
two
the
smites
Tyranid
so far.
warriors.
Yeah, I've done 2
Survey
smites so far, so he
says-
needs whatever the hell this is.
That's an 8. 7. I
Yeah,
will
outside of the
try and stop it
Maleceptor,
with the
outside
second
of,
Euro deny.
Leviathan is we don't get that we don't get that +1.
It goes
without
off.
Nexus.
Right,
So you take
D3.
3 plus...
of course.
Total of 6 mortal wounds going on to the
They have
warrior.
Catalyst.
Yeah, they have Catalyst.
Catalyst save us.
I
There's
take
a little
4.
bit. 4 go through.
1, 2, and then I go down to 1.
Like Exclaim.
Ooh, Scream fails though.
One
Gonna
CP
try a
to
CP
that,
reroll
one
there,
CP
maybe?
Ultimate
To trigger the
Tyrant.
second Psychic Overload?
Yeah, I'll spend a CP to reroll this.
Yep, here it is. Does go off. Only a 7.
Down to a 7. I'll try and stop it with the Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
Oh, come
Deny
on.
fails. Ooh.
Okay, D3 plus 3.
Another 5.
5.
Okay,
Maleceptor's so good, chat.
take 3.
One guy
There's
dies.
another Tyranid warrior down. Yeah, this should not be difficult
then-
for a
I'm gonna spend another CP
pair of
to
Screamer
cast...
killers to pull off
Yep.
the table now.
What can I cast? He's, what's it in? The Neuroparasite onto them again.
Okay.
Goes
Down
off.
to a 7. I'll try and stop it with the Maleceptor.
Indicus did,
Stopped.
hey, there is finally a
Finally.
deny with
Okay,
that,
that's good.
through that minus
Oh,
1
my
to cast.
psychic. Let's get on shooting.
Yeah.
Screamer killers are going to blast.
Indicus did and successfully activate, even needing 8s. Hard or natural 8s essentially on the 3d6 pick 1 or pick 2. We did activate all the psychic overloads, but it did require a
not
CP reroll from
not
him, so it
reroll
was
once
2
because it was
CP
in
for all the
range.
damage.
But this is 2s killing. Okay, he just goes.
3s, but it kills it, yeah.
And there's the last
Those guys
gargoyle
were
down out of
screaming
that
to him.
unit. The
You
Tyranid warrior is
got
not quite on the
2,
objective
4,
here,
6,
so
8
Indicus doesn't
enough,
even have to
so,
charge in this situation.
D6. Well, that's quite alright.
The parasite is being
On
represented by a
4s.
Shrike today, chat.
And on 3s.
Oh.
It's literally just a Shrike.
4s, sorry. 4s, it just goes
Yeah.
straight. with
Any
1 damage.
anything any 40mm
Yeah,
based
the
things
guys
wings will
killed them.
work so far, I think.
You
could even, like, shrink a
this
Wing
guy's
5
gonna-
Tyrant or something if you really wanted
This
to.
guy's gonna do the same.
Okay.
This guy, look outside, by the way.
No, he's not. You can shoot him. That's my mistake.
Did you want to bounce him?
Nah, it's fine. He was gonna stay there and he doesn't know.
Okay. So this guy's gonna scream at him.
Okay.
We're just gonna
Well, I
go
am
shoot
minus
some
1 to hit.
guns at the
Yep.
parasite,
Oh,
just in
5.
case.
Imagine if this was a flamer.
I thought it was a flamer.
No, not kind of weird. 5s. Oh,
course.
I got 6s
Tyrannids are
actually
good,
explode.
but Screamer killers don't even need
Yeah.
that good.
Take that imperative. These are 3s to roll.
3s.
So 2 just punch through for 2 damage.
Yeah. Okay.
He is touching, and he's gonna blast him.
Okay.
Venom Cannon going into that
Oh,
guy. One
and on
converted
4s.
attack here will kill him.
Shots.
Let's see what we get.
Yeah, he does it on 4s now. So 3 shots on 4s, reroll in 1s because he was the closest.
You get rerolls against the Parasite?
Oh, is that in melee or only in shoot?
I'll check. Parasite.
They
It
Any attack will
is.
block the reroll.
the melee was
Nope, it's just can't reroll.
Okay, so it does. He can't reroll. Once again, he fails.
Ooh.
Okay, so then
There's
this
that
guy's-
Artrex scraping
this
by
guy's
by
gonna
the
shoot
skin of
in
its
combat.
weird fang
Yeah.
things.
So on 4s.
Scary.
Nope.
Wow, these guys have been absolute dog shit.
We are rolling horrifyingly.
Yeah. Can this guy see you by any chance?
Trying as hard as we can to peel that parasite. Oh, that's a difficult line of sight
If
to
you can't
snake.
see, I might just put the shots into.
Ooh,
I
No,
don't
I-
think without Cossin now.
I don't.
No, you can't deliver.
That's gonna be a
screen.
little
Okay.
bit awkward. A lot of
This
mobs
guy's
in the way,
gonna shoot
unfortunately.
everything into those guys.
Into the gargoyles.
Harpy firing everything in
Cool.
the gargoyles. Wow.
So
Okay.
6 shots.
Don't want to be shooting the.
Can they
do better than
into the
last time?
-1, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Do better.
And killing on 2s. Oh, He's within range of Synapse, so 2.
Yeah, using that guide mine for the
So
sixes
hold up.
explode, pretty nice.
Synapse would have been fun. Cool, 4 dead gargoyles.
8.
Can we clip them with the little gunshot? That's the real question. Although, to be fair, getting this unit below 6
all
does
on
mean that they have to
3s.
start, or below 5, excuse me, does mean if they start rolling for their,
and 3 go away.
and
And
for their
3.
retrieve knockwind.
Oh,
Oh,
5 dead
no.
gargoyles. 3, 4, 5. 1 left.
You'll probably make it.
They
I'm
can
gonna roll
save
a
on
one.
a 6, right? This thinger's only 8
They,
They get 6
yeah,
up,
but they've
6.
only got a 6 up save.
Oh, okay.
So it goes. Wait, they don't get armor content.
Oh, they will soon.
It'll be what? Chitin of content. Okay. Where else can I shoot? So that was them.
Oh.
This guy is
I was
putting
under the impression
everything
they were 5
into.
up save. That's my bad.
That's Harpy. No, this is the one with the 4 up, right?
I think the
Yeah.
Oh, you give
ground
him the-
Guyot's
So,
got a 5 up.
I don't have them.
Guards,
This one is
he's
transhuman.
sitting on a 6, I guess.
You know, that would have kind of left my Harpy in your thingy if I. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot. That means I can charge that way. Alright, well, okay, he's gonna shoot everything to that Harpy.
Okay, do I want to transhuman this guy?
So now firing into the Harpy, the obscuring
sure,
terrain
I'll
doing nothing
transhuman
for
him.
them because they are aircraft.
Okay,
So
mine's on to
ignored
hit, so
when drawing line of
4s.
sight. 2 are from,
6s
or-
explode.
just 2, not from.
4s.
And 4s. Hey, one
No,
goes.
transhuman
Well,
didn't matter.
6 up. 6 up.
6 up. Oh.
4 damage.
So looks like
Yeah,
only
we
one
got
Harpy
8
gonna go down
shots.
here for Dylan Usher.
I didn't transhuman. You'd have rolled a bunch of 3s.
Yeah, that's the case of it. You don't pick it.
That's 9 dice.
Let's go with it. On 4s, 6s explode. Well, they. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
so everything hits.
5s. 1 wound.
Saved.
Yep.
Cool.
I think that is all the shooting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this guy's a venom cannon. So, oh wait, he can shoot him.
Okay.
D3 shots. Or 2 shots.
This is the parasite?
Yep.
Cool.
So this will be on
3s.
3s. On 3s. Okay.
4s.
Oh yeah,
Transhuman.
yep. Okay, so that's fine. You can't. You'll live today. Or maybe he won't. I need to charge. Maybe. It'd be quite fun. Okay, so then on to charges. This. Very tempted to do this. You'll probably die, but why the hell? What the hell not? He's going into your RP.
I have to Overwatch here. It's a bad idea, but it's going to be funny.
Yep, it will.
Yeah, I think the
So,
Overwatch
6
here.
shots.
Very good.
Reroll a
idea.
hit roll for Leviathan.
Yep.
Ah,
Ooh,
Okay.
2 hits so
3s.
far.
2
2
saves.
wounds with the heavy venom
One at a
cannon
time if you
here on
wanna
the
reroll.
Overwatch.
How much
Let's see if
CP
this
do I have?
invulnerable save stays strong
2.
in this guy, this big high tyrant.
So weapons. Okay, 4 up.
Ooh. First one goes through, so at the
well,
very
let me
least,
roll
we're
this to
probably
see.
dropping him back to bottom bracket, so he's back hitting on
Yep,
4s.
that's it. Okay,
And the second one
Well, that
also
means
goes
it's
through. Not going to spend a reroll.
I need to make 6 of these.
Oh, no.
And then I've got the little shots.
Oh,
Okay,
no. The high tyrant
Cool.
goes
Does it
down in
explode?
Overwatch.
Yeah, well,
Oof.
doo-doo-doo-doo.
What a
He does
friggin'
not.
roller coaster
Oh,
ride
that's
this
sad.
game has
But
been,
anyway.
chat.
2 points for bringing it down.
I think this,
That was big.
this 2 consecutive battle rounds have gone swung wildly back and forth, depending exactly, like almost entirely on how these venom cannons, these venom cannons convert. We've had harpies do nothing, into charges failed, into harpies do massive damage, into killing people in Overwatch. Definitely, Dylan's harpies converting a lot higher than Indica's harpies here. I think I would have liked to have seen Indicus drop all the harpy, or all of his own harpy shots into an opposing harpy to kill them immediately before the encircle triggers. Would have been very nice. But it looks like we have Venom Storms going into the Parasite of Mortrax.
Oh,
Trying to
wait,
get
he's
rid of
not.
that guy.
Okay,
With
so
two
this Screamer
Carnifexes
Killer's
that are
charging.
gonna go into this Tyranid
Yeah.
Warrior unit. Two
He's
Carnifexes
in.
into the other Tyranid Warrior unit. No interrupts available for Dylan Usher.
That
And
high tyrant is
while
learning from my
the
fights.
Harpies certainly
To
have
play the
won
Guard
the
yesterday in a
aerial
bike unit, just
battle
failed
here, taking
every
out the
England
opposing Wing
save
Type
it
Tyrant,
could.
they are certainly...
Forward, this
it's
will
certainly
push
looking
forward.
like the Leviathan list is about to lose ground on the...
This one is going to charge into them also.
or is about to
Yeah.
lose the ground
Yeah.
game, I think. Losing the majority of their warriors.
Screamer Killer number 1 is going into your warriors.
Tyranid Prime getting some as well.
Okay.
Screamer Killer
Almost
number
wish
2 is
that
going into your warriors.
Indicus Magpie had his own goaded to slaughter here
He's
for
in.
exploding sixes. This is probably the turn where he's going to be in the melee with the most units. Absolutely wild.
And Maleceptor. Why the hell not? He's gonna go into your warriors.
Yeah, we want that Maleceptor in there. We want to get double ones to a charge though. Needed a 3.
Do I need my CP
What are these
for
dice boxes today, chat? Have we sabotaged both of them?
What do we do anything else
Is
with
that
this?
worth a CP reroll? Right now, if the Carnifexes swing low and maybe one of them pushes the other Carnifex out of melee, there's a non-zero chance that Dylan can come back here and take this objective, objective 4 away. But if we get that Maleceptor on there, those are all OBSEC units for Behemoth list. And Dylan would have to kill all 3 of them in order to take it back. But it looks like we're not going to be rerolling that.
Oh yeah, because they can do that.
Yeah,
they can
Harpies,
attack
considering a charge on the opposing Harpies, that is a legal charge
so
for
that
them.
is
While
that.
they are
Let's get
airborne,
on to the fighting.
they
Moves, doesn't
can't
matter,
normally
no
charge,
CP
but they
to
can
get
charge
up,
other
so
aircraft
start-
because they can
I'll start
engage
with
them
this Carnifex,
in the,
he gets
in the
5
sky in the
attacks.
aerial battle.
Cool.
Would be kind of cute.
Hit it on 2s. No, hit it on 3. Rolling
please.
1s. And wounding on
We might have
Pause.
forgotten our Venom Thorpe trigger
Cool.
at
1
the start of the fight
times 2,
phase.
so 1 just dies.
Yep. Kill that one.
Oh wait, start of the fight phase. I'm going to make
Yeah.
the guy fight fast.
Oh, there it
I'm gonna
is.
pick it
Cool.
up.
No,
He doesn't. Okay. But I
most
will
importantly,
go
that would
there.
have also done a mortal wound,
Cool.
and since he is -1 to be hit, the Venom
15
Thorpe do have a little
attacks.
bit of a tough time hitting him.
These guys are not. We go
Hitting on
into-
4s.
So here comes
Yep,
the Venom
18 on
Thropes into the
fours.
Parasite of Mortrax. Can we kill it? Ooh. Doesn't look like we can.
Oh,
Only
and
6
then
hits.
4s.
But 2+ poison, though.
Oh.
Transhuman beats poison.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so 4s.
Of course, it's a Synapse creature.
Okay, you got 3.
Only
on your
3.
minus
Ooh,
1,
that's
so
not
it
what we
should be
needed.
5 ups.
We need to get rid of
Yeah.
Parasite this turn.
Takes 2.
We can potentially
I'm gonna
put
Parasite you.
6 on the objective, so it does mean we have to kill the Tyranid Warriors
Let's
for Indicus to
see.
take the objective back.
That's your guy. Can this go fire
Although,
with
if he
charge?
can kill the Tyranid
Okay.
Warriors on objective 4, it won't matter for his own Stranglehold, since he will hold 3 objectives regardless.
He's gonna pop you.
Okay.
Looks like here comes the first
so
Screamer Killer
a
into these
whole
warriors.
Different bloody attacks.
Why 11?
Indicus
No idea.
excited about his...
No, but like, where's the 11 from?
I had no idea. That's an odd number, but anyway, these are hitting on 3s.
They're
and
10
on
and they get
fours.
an extra 1 for charging. If that was a...
They're 10 base. I thought that was leadership.
No.
4 of them go
No, that,
pop.
that number is real.
You can understand me not immediately thinking that's the attack profile of a 1 model.
Okay, yeah, no reinforced hive node there.
One-
That is just
Oh,
gonna vaporize that
right.
unit of
You'll be able
warriors.
to fire
I would like to see that Carnifex pushed onto the middle
Hopefully
there.
that's a pirate next to it,
Doesn't
he
really
charges
make
it.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like the
Three.
Tyranid Prime's just gonna go in. We've already used this Synaptic Imperative. We
Yep.
will
But
lose
I
this
hope
reroll
you'll
once to
win,
wound,
but-
but that's not the end of the world if that happens. For Indicus Magpie.
Go
We'll see
here.
if these Carnifexes can
Yep.
swing in and kill these other
This
Tyranid
is
Warrior
okay,
unit.
this-
I imagine that
Okay, let's do
22
the first
attacks
11.
from 2 Screamer Killers is gonna be able to do it.
Who decided that 11 attacks on a freaking dreadnought?
Oh, I don't know. Please fail a bunch of these.
So this is 2s
Incredible.
because he has the
Right.
+1.
Yeah.
These are, oh wait,
4s.
Can you even be
CP
mad though,
is
chat? Like, they are
4
screamy
Well,
kill
Yeah,
boys.
sure.
It doesn't matter. I
right?
got another guy doing that, so it's fine.
At least
Okay.
Carnifexes are doing
So
Carnifex
this is
stuff.
on 4s. 2 rolling 1s. 4 die.
Transhuman doing the Lord's work there. The Hive Mind's
got
work.
Filmy
Kills
Brains.
3.
3, that's
Kills
12 damage.
4. So I think we actually do pull the
yeah,
second
so 3 at a
Carnifex
time.
out of melee if we can pull
Yep.
those front 4 guys.
So, 1.
Oh no, we have to roll
1 dies.
Catalyst. Oh, it might keep
2
them
dies.
alive. There it is.
One's alive.
Indicus
kills
Magpie
me.
probably pretty excited about that one surviving. Yeah, so we're just gonna pull the front here. Doesn't really matter, I think.
Yeah, just do that. Kill 3.
then he will go. And this time I will spend a CP for Voracious Appetite.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we're gonna, just to make sure that we kill the rest of the unit, we're gonna
Ooh,
reroll
SP,
wounds on this last Screamer
11
Killer.
attacks. On 3s, no rerolls.
Do miss a couple.
On 4s, rerolling everything.
Whoa. I think that's
Yeah.
gonna put paid to those guys. 7 wounds going through that transhuman. Yikes. So we did
One.
lose the Hive Tyrant on Indicus
Alive.
side this turn.
He's dead.
Two
That was
dead.
pretty brutal.
3 dead. Yeah, okay, they're dead.
But we killed the vast majority of warriors on the table, leaving a
And
unit of
those
6
two
and a remnant of 3
Uh,
only.
Your Parasite
Still
gets the
only
points
one
back.
Carnifex dead
Yeah, I guess.
for Indicus as well. So he has
6
solidly
attacks.
reclaimed,
Just give me a sec. These guys
the
are not
ground
bonus ones yet,
game.
so go ahead.
although whether or not he can keep it up is going to be questionable in the face of 2
It's on 2s.
relatively unscathed Harpies. Here comes Parasite and Mortrix back into the Venom Thropes.
Wounds on
Indicus
4s.
has claimed
Cool.
the center of the table, 6 models to only 5.
Yeah.
But he does have objective
Oh,
2 locked.
5.
No
Oh,
idea.
3 saves. Minus 1.
5 ups.
5s.
One
Okay,
died.
3 wounds. He's not dead.
Oh. Oh, damn it. These things are fighting.
But then I've got the early positive.
Well, you have to hit it, so go ahead.
Yep. It's on a 2.
Okay, so I take a mortal, or does he have to successfully?
Yeah, he has to wound. So you take a mortal, and then you also take a save at -1. Minus 1.
Okay, I save, but I take the mortal instead.
Okay.
Okay, so I get Stranglehold because I hold 3.
You don't hold this.
I hold that, I hold that, and I hold that.
He's upset. Okay, why do you hold this?
Because if you have Obsec on it in the command phase, you keep it.
Okay. You
Yeah,
don't
I'll
hold this one.
I did because my Tyranid, my Tyrant was Obsec.
Why was your Tyrant upset?
Because of I swapped the Adaptive out. So all my monsters are Obsec.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I hold 1, 2, 3. So I
The
get
sneakiness of the
morale
behemoth
on the
lurk
Gargoyle.
biomorphology.
get 3 for this because I
Little
Little
healed.
known facts there. Basically, all your tyrants get alien cunning for free. Pretty nice. So,
Okay, so I get
despite the
Stranglehold,
fact
I get
that
3
Dylan was
for
able
this
to
because I
remove
killed your point, and I
Indicus
get
from a lot of his objectives, he's
Yeah.
still holding them because of the
No more outtake. You already took it. It is your turn, sir. Good luck.
because of his self-action ability. We may need to take a morale. from
Okay,
these outfits. No, the Venom Trips are okay. Just kidding.
I'm gonna do this.
All right. Well, let's see what we get over here
I'm going to just talk
on
to my
Dylan Usher's side of the
business,
table. Only 1 CP
5,
for him is going to make things a little bit awkward.
3, 6, 9.
And I think that's going to be the part that's going to be most difficult for Dylan right now. There's got to be a couple different things he wants to enact so he can try to get back in this game. Sending the Balethorn Cannon Hive Tyrant in, putting the Maliceptor up. We're going to try to pop out a wounded Screamer Killer. Use Balethorn Cannon in the melee from the Hive Tyrant to kill the second Screamer Killer. Shouldn't be too hard.
Fine.
Question here is whether or not we want to get the Winged Hive Tyrant stuck in, because we may burn that 1 CP for a nice Shard Lure, maybe on the Carnifex over in the side here. It's going to leave 1 Carnifex, 1 Screamer Killer in the middle, plus the Maliceptor probably undealt with.
For a kill this time. Why does 7
We
get
do have
me?
a lot of Tyranid Warriors, 2 Harpies left on the table is to try to complete that. The other option that Dylan has here is to just drop his Hive Tyrant onto Objective 1 and break Indicus lock of that objective, since as soon as your opponent controls it at the end of a subsequent turn, then you will they will no longer hold it indefinitely.
There. And I'd need a model there.
That's 67 for
I think as we move into this late game here, this is going to be really interesting. As much as people complain about the Tyranid mirror match, I do think that it's sort of one of the most interesting in tactical games, especially against 2 Tyranid armies that are very different, which is what we see here.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna manage that, especially since it would take me off the objective. Although, is that an issue here?
you already hold the objective.
Yeah, true. Then, well, I could go like that. And then can I get out of deny range? The other throat moves down. Oh, sorry, 3d6 on the Malefactor.
EB
We
away.
added.
Yep.
So the Hive Tyrant was back here.
Oh yeah, okay, so that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Oh, and Imperatives.
I get a 1.
I'll go for plus. Look, I'm just going for +3 on Consolidate.
Okay, and I will pick exploding 6s in melee. No, wait. How does this work? Do I spend a CP to give myself the stun or no?
Give yourself what?
That strat that says it says in your command phase I spend this, but how does it work if I am not? It's not my command phase.
You can't spend it.
Because it says if a dead imperative unit. Wait, let me read the strat. Just continue. Let's see to read this if it's any command phase. I think this is very stupid.
You outside of 24 yet?
So it is.
Just cool. Cool. We could have made that easier just by taking the Parasite out, but it's fine.
Imperative. Verified.
Wait, I've got nothing to do. Rod's back here then. Nope, just gonna have to accept that's the thing.
It is start of battle round for Synaptic Legacy. It's just when
Okay.
when you are selecting your imperative, as if your warlord's on the battlefield, which he is, then you can.
Wasn't the Tyrant the Warlord?
Nope.
Or was the
No,
Neophyte
it's
the
the
Warlord?
Throne.
Okay.
I'll spend 1
Okay.
CP and I'll use the Warriors 1 for exploding 6s. To
Okay.
melee.
There you go. All right, fair enough. So
I
nice
never
Synaptic
put
Legacy there.
my Warlord that
Pretty sick
bloody
strat that
flying
one
high
is.
talent because every
Lets you
game
pick a
he has
destroyed
flying
model
high.
Synaptic Imperative, as long as you still have your warlord.
One time he just got shot off the board thanks to Sisters, which was very fun.
Let's try and take that Neurotrope out. Or do I try and... No, I think I've got to take Harpies out.
Well, he's a 3-up inform, so
Well, yeah, I was more thinking I could move over and drop Spore Mines and move the Spore Mines in.
or do I even want to do that? Nah, that might already spend the CP. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to do that. Move over here. Bomb the 8-wound Harpy.
Yes.
Sorry, I will rotate, go for him, and then I'll go there.
Bomb the full wound.
Yeah, we're bombing the full wound one.
Okay.
Before mortal wounds.
This
Okay.
is... Oh, he's down to 9.
Okay. And then... this one, I could rotate. I could go there. And I can rotate there. And go there. And I'll bomb the same one.
The 4 harpies all stuck together looks very silly.
Take another 5.
Oh, harpies.
He's down
I'm
to
down to
Put a silly
4.
in it. All right, well, bombing going
Okay.
off on
I've got to bring the Hive
one
Tyrant
harpy,
down.
dropping it down to Venom Cannon.
Over here?
Venom Cannonable position. Hive Tyrant going down. Looks like we're not going to be trying to charge the
9
Hive
away from
Tyrant.
him.
We could set up a Shard Lure to roll 3d6, drop the lowest for the charge
do it
out
so
of
it's
Deep
my
Strike.
harpies,
But once you're at 1
let's do
CP,
that.
especially in High Fleet Leviathan, where we're trying
Okay.
to set these combos
And
off,
then
could be a little bit
let's
awkward.
go to casting.
But it does look like the Harpies
So,
may be able to knock
Neurotrope
out 1,
will
if not 2 of the
pass
other Harpies.
onto
Both
the
of
Warriors.
Indicus Harpies pretty wounded.
Onslaught. Not within a. Not within it. Have any of your Carnifexes sign-ups? Oh wait, has everything got Shadow?
It doesn't have Shadow, just the Synapse guys have it.
Well, we get it off on a 12.
Whatever. What's this again?
Onslaught on the Warriors.
Go ahead.
Cool. So they've got Onslaught. We'll do Catalyst onto the Warriors. 6, 7, 8. You're out of deny range of everything. That's fine.
So, yep.
Yep. We'll have the Maliceptor cast.
Yep.
So we'll go for... Actually, let's go first. We'll do this Hive Tyrant, smiting this guy.
Yep.
On a 5. Fails. Cool.
Alright.
Good
Good
psychic
psychic.
phase so far, really nailing it.
Is the Maliceptor got Scream? Yeah, okay. This Hive Tyrant, in that case, will sit there and do very, very little. So we'll then do the Maliceptor. 3d6 will smite.
Alright, see if we can knock this Screamer Killer out
On a
with the
10. Down to a
Maliceptor
9.
combo for Dylan here.
Get to stop this.
Looks like we do get it off.
Might as well. I'll deny with my new trope.
Okay.
Earthrip does have 2
Nope.
denies, so we have the
Cool.
opportunity to roll against all of the Maliceptor's casts. Let's see if he gets it.
3.
Oh, big 6 on the Screamer Killer.
Kills him.
Does he
He's
freak
close
out?
enough to hit. Will he get angry? He does not.
No.
First Screamer
Cool.
Killer down.
And then we'll Psychic Scream.
Yeah, drop a Scream into the second one. Let's see what we got. 10 will
For a
do
10.
it. Ooh, that's good for Dylan.
9.
9, yeah.
Okay, goes to 3 plus.
No deny.
3
And
plus.
we hit him
one,
for
so it takes 4.
4.
Okay.
Puts it down to
do I
only
wanna spend
needing
CP
2
to
converted
do stuff.
Reaper of Obliterax. Oh, this guy doesn't have Reaper of Obliterax.
Spend a
Excuse
CP
me.
to cast another power
So 3
with him.
converted Monstrous Bone Sword swings.
It would
kill the
have to
Screamer
be
Killer. A little bit scary, but we do have the
or something.
Maliceptor to shore things up there.
Or Nexus.
I'll spend a CP and I'll cast Nexus, and I'll cast Nexus on the Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
Only a 5, so it fails.
13.
Damn it. Screw me for getting greedy. Hive Tyrant will smite. Needs a 5, 6, 7. Damn it, because of the -1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That'll be that. Just Psychic then.
So we
That's
did
okay,
get
that's
1.5
actually
Screamer Killers with the Maliceptor
That's
combo
fine.
there. Feels pretty good.
We'll go to shooting. So we'll do. Okay. Hive Tyrant shooting Maliceptor
Wish.
for 6 shots.
6. You
On
are.
threes.
Hit.
Oh,
you
they're
are-
not -1.
You are -1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 6.
Well, we get to reroll a hit roll. Damn it. And then 3s. 3 invuns.
4 ups.
Take 6 damage.
Damage.
3 each.
Okay, so 6 up, 5 up funeral pains.
Did you get Catalyst?
Yep.
Uh,
The new drop card.
yeah, yeah.
So 5 up funeral pains. He takes 3.
Cool.
Down to 8.
We'll have 3 warriors are going to shoot the Venom Phobes, and 3 warriors are going to shoot the 5 wound Carnifex.
-1 to hit.
So, yeah. 3 into the Venom Phobes. 2 wounds.
Hit that.
-2, 5s.
2 damage.
Okay.
There we go. Go ahead.
And then 9 shots into the Carnifex, of course.
Oof. Real
Cool.
underperformance there from the
The
Warriors.
other 3 will do 9 shots into the same Carnifex.
Trying to pull these Carnifexes down. The question mark is, I think Indicus is positioned relatively well here, where the Carnifexes don't
saves,
really have a great,
-2.
or the Warriors,
Oh, yeah,
excuse me, don't have a
Peltor
great
was
way to get to grips with the Screamer Killer.
He's
What Indicus
the
wants
move.
is the
Cool. It's the 5 wound one,
Screamer
not the
Killer to
9
be
wound
able to
one.
survive this swing, because he can
Takes a
probably
move.
win this fight against both of these
Okay.
Warrior units eventually.
Upbeat.
No interrupts available for these players
Yes.
here, so we're just trying to do as
So
much as we
down
can
to
in shooting
4.
because of the fight.
Little
phase is gonna be
shots will
brutal.
go into the Carnifex,
Yeah. So it looks
and
like
we'll
we're actually
put
going to
the big venom cannons
prioritize
into the 4 wound
the
Harpy.
Carnifexes over the Harpies. Downside is the Harpies don't hold
So-
objectives.
Venom cannons. We roll a hit roll. Cool.
Ooh, and that High Fleet Leviathan reroll coming in
2
clutch
saves
there.
on 6s.
Who's this into?
The Harpy.
Okay, 6 ups. He dies.
Kills
Looks
the
like the
Harpy.
first Harpy goes
He's
down.
Not, he can't lash out, I think. Oh, he can lash out.
Yeah, you can.
They
6
actually
up.
attack at 6
Nope.
inches. which is kind of fun.
Oop.
I guess they fly
3
at you
points, bring it
as they
down.
die.
We didn't pass the time over at the end of your turn. And then into the other guy. Okay, so it hits at least. I need to roll a 6. Okay, so 1 save at -1.
This is into.
This is into the Carnifex 4 wound 1.
Okay, so 3 up. He's fine.
Does he take mortals? Yeah.
The voracious
Take 2.
ammunition triggering
He
again.
take 2.
What an upgrade that
Okay.
is. You can start to see
And
why
then we've got this one who will
Dylan
put
has
venom
elected to
cannons
take it
into your
over
harpy. And then we'll
the
put the
more
little shots
common
into the same
dermis
Carnifex.
Yep.
just being able
6
to
venom
deliver
cannon
that
shots.
D3 mortals every turn without fail is really
We
strong.
roll a hit. That's only 5 dice. Okay. 1 wound. Damn it.
On whoop.
On the harpy.
4 up. He takes 4.
Cool.
To 4.
Then 8 shots into the Carnifex.
So we may see
Ooh,
those
do that
harpies
again.
use the ability to charge
2 wounds on the
enemy
Carnifex.
aircraft to try to gang up on
2
this remaining
fails.
harpy and kill it.
Fine.
And suddenly Dylan
okay,
will
that's
will
fine.
have won that fight in the air.
Um,
We'll see if he can confirm the
Charges?
fight on the ground. Because I
I
have
mean,
a sneaking
Harpy will
suspicion
charge
that things
Harpy?
may slip away from him pretty quickly if he's not able to start clipping these Carnifexes. We do have 1 down to only 2. Yep, here
And
come the
Harpy will
harpies back
charge
onto the
Harpy?
other harpy.
cool. We'll do.
What a scrum here, chat.
Malice
What is this
into
shape
Screamer Killer.
called? Just a morass? Just some sort of
Yep.
big fleshy ball?
Need to
Gross.
kill that Screamer Killer, so we'll do Hive Tyrant into Screamer Killer.
And here comes the Hive Tyrant into the Screamer Killer. Yeah, the Leviathan monster is not objective secured, even though the Behemoth
Really?
ones are. And he fails?
4
No
shots.
way.
Okay.
Oh
Hive Tyrants are
my
not doing
God.
anything this game.
Yeah, Tyrants have been quite useless this whole game.
I
Okay,
don't
so we'll
believe it.
do.
2 4-inch charges failed for Dylan so far this
Just
game.
take
One of them with a
one
CP
out,
reroll.
No.
Really making
okay,
it difficult
so
for him to
the 3
come
warriors will
back
charge
and
the
be able to
Carnifex.
actually fight.
There's 1.
There's still a non-zero
Yeah,
chance
the
the
orange one next to
Malachceptor
them.
kills the
You get a 7.
Screamer Killer, but it's a little bit of a low one. Only 3 attacks from the Malachceptor.
Oh.
2d3 damage, but you do have to roll pretty high to get through the
Can we do
minus
it?
1.
Should be able to.
But how does this
Yep.
work? Because.
Whiskey Cup, bud, thanks for the kind words, buddy.
I don't.
I
I
appreciate it.
think so.
Yeah, but if I kill you, do I still hold it? How does this work?
I don't know.
So I think it
I
flips
can-
at the end of the phase. So if this is the charge phase, and they break control at the end of the charge
Yeah.
phase, and then the fight phase would go.
Okay.
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 We'll just double check that.
So
Make sure
these
I'm not
warriors will
misspeaking here
charge
to
the
the
Carnifex
players.
and the Prime.
Okay.
But not that one. Okay.
That would be quite hard, though.
Yeah, but it's there.
I'm assuming the Prime is also your target.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Carnifex and the Prime.
Okay.
So we will have a Screamer Killer alive at the end
It
of
does
the turn
fit. It's
here.
just the weird. There we go.
Venom Thrope's still alive, but we do have to worry about that. No, it's not exactly a an intervention from them, but it is a 3-inch aura that you definitely
I'm
don't
probably
want to
not
be
gonna be able to get it
inside.
in half an inch
These
and
warriors
sort of
ended up
relying
getting in
on
there and fighting last. Ended
Back
up
to the-
being fight last. The Carnifex could kill a significant number of them before they get to swing.
And
That
we'll
would be
just
bad.
sort of make sure the Parasite is slightly safer. Okay,
Yeah, end of phase for the
so we'll
objective
go
switching.
to combat. We'll start with the Maliceptor, I guess.
All right, Malachceptor, what do you got, buddy?
attack.
I'll do big attacks.
No help from your Hive Tyrant buddy.
Okay, so
Let's swing some
at least we get to
frickin'
reroll ones.
Attacks.
They don't get reroll ones.
They not?
That's the old profile. I think.
No, this is the new Maliceptor.
What did it say?
Massive Scything Talons.
No, they don't get the reroll ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
what
either
we're talking
double
about
their
now.
attacks or they get piercing strikes. They don't get the reroll ones. This is
It's not the old one.
that's
Could have mistakes, though. Let me check.
On this battle sky. Well, it could be battle sky. Let me check on Wikipedia.
That's what I'm checking.
Yeah, they don't have anything that rerolls. They just get their one Leviathan reroll.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
2 hits. 2 wounds.
All right.
Minus.
It's big AP.
4, I think.
Yeah, AP
It's
4 for the big attack.
So
Yep.
be on the
Saving on 6s.
Damage.
2d3, so
we could
first one.
do it. First one
So
hits
it's 2.
for only
And last
2.
one.
Second one, only
it's
2
3.
again. The Screamer Killer survives
down
on
to 2,
1.
sorry.
Yeah, -2 on each. That's how he's down
Yeah.
to 2.
Oh my god.
Oh, fudge. Oh, never mind. It doesn't come up because you're current, so.
Oh my god.
Sorry, so he's taken 4 on
that's
total, because they're -1, aren't they?
wild.
Okay, yep. So 4 in total.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
should
so
be
he's
down
on
to
1.
1.
Okay,
Oh,
that
that's
makes me
so
really, really
frustrating
sad.
for Dylan.
Well,
The average
Um,
damage there
has
kills
been
him.
Absolute freaking.
Yeah.
LV.
Yeah, but Dylan has just been getting unlucky with these
Okay,
charge rolls.
Doom was
But
the
to be
+1
fair,
to
Indicus
charge
getting a
on,
little bit unlucky as well. Both these players
Should
sort
have
of
taken
suffering from some
+1.
really bad dice this game.
Yeah, but then you would have not rerolled.
Okay, so we'll do a bunch of warrior attacks into the prime, and then we'll just have the... I don't know, can I get 2? Staying out. Yay, I can get 2 guys hitting the Carnifex.
Okay.
And then 5 into the prime. So we'll have
All right, big
1
warrior breaks
guy.
swinging.
So the 2 guys into the Carnifex is 8 attacks.
Only 2 into the 2 wound Carnifex.
We'll use a
Will be
Leviathan
reducing
reroll.
damage by 1.
Wound on 3s. 3 at -2.
Let's see if we can save on its 4-ups.
Oh,
Only 1
come
goes
on.
through, and the second Carnifex survives on 1.
Okay, and then we've
Wild.
got 1, 2, 3, so 12, 15.
Oh my
into the
god.
prime.
2 Carnifexes on 1 here. We're really seeing the resilience of their profile. It's just so awkward to remove.
8 at -2.
2 plus save into a -1
He
makes
doesn't
it
have any
so
different
that
armor save, does he?
the perfect profile to attack them is
be
really
6s
difficult to source. It's like high AP 1
5, but he's still
damage is
dead.
what you want.
Cool.
Tyranid Prime
I'll
gets
just have to
murdered, but
touch
that's
him.
not going to matter so much.
Took away by +1 to hit. No, wait, what was
But we
it?
did stay out of range of the Screamer Killer, although the Screamer
Oh, I
Killer,
thought you-
now that we're down to 0
Gave him a
CP on Dylan
gestation
Usher's side of the
cycle.
table,
Oh.
Screamer Killer would not have problem.
One guy will
trouble,
hit a
or
Carnifex.
theoretically would not have trouble
Be a
picking
unit.
that unit up.
Yep.
We just have to hope that Indicus is able to kill
Leviathan
the
reroll.
Parasite of Mortrex the coming turn.
3s, 1 wound.
He's fine.
Cool, and then I'll base you.
So interestingly here, might have I don't know if this is a misposition on
and then
Dylan's part or
weird
just
Harpy
maybe
map.
how his positioning had to have occurred. But his wounded Tyranid Warrior is the one in the back that's holding the objective, which means that as soon as this Carnifex swings, if it kills any Tyranid Warriors, it's going to have to kill the one that is holding objective 2. That said, it does break Dylan or Indicus' lock of the objective, which is problematic for Dylan because he's running quickly out of models on the ground who can actually
Okay. and then the
retake
other one.
control of them.
Can we do it? If I can take out the Harpies, I'm in a very good position.
All right, trying to kill this 2-wound Harpy with 2
I'll
other
hit.
Harpies.
1
Ooh.
save.
Will the speed it in tips the scales?
Up.
And did
Oh,
it.
come on.
Unfortunately.
Oh no, he's Dermic
makes me
Symbiosis.
really
Oh no, he has a 4+ vulnerable save on that
Okay.
Harpy.
You get to take me back. That 10 just did nowhere near enough, I think.
And the Harpy survives.
Now the Carnifex.
So out of 5 Carnifexes remaining for Indicus, he still has 4 or 6 Carnifexes to start with, excuse me. He still has 4 remaining and a Harpy. Although it is a Harpy at bottom bracket.
See when Behemoth gets there.
Let's see what he's able to do back here.
Was charge, yes, I do get my +1 strength. So this Carnifex is hitting with 10 attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s, no rerolls, 6s explode. So I get 1 6 back. That 6 will auto wound you because I forgot he has venom sacs.
Yep.
I forgot they all had bloody venom sacs. But anyway, these wound on 4s.
I think it's even
Yep.
spent points for Toxin
Oh,
Sacks on his
Jesus,
Screamer
really,
Killers.
mate.
And that
You got
is
4 ups, yes,
12.
12 damage.
yeah. Oof. Oof.
Yep.
Screamer
Yep,
killers.
yep.
Just
Okay.
screaming and killing it right now.
This guy would just punch. Is there any difference? This is just one blob, right?
Yeah.
He also has toxin sack, so I must remember that. I would have actually probably killed a couple. So he only gets 4 attacks because he doesn't get extra on the charge.
Yeah.
He's hit on 3s, no zeros, and 4s.
Pause.
2 die. And this
They
guy's
have catalyst.
Yeah, benefit
wait,
there.
up.
Despite the fact that the Carnifexes don't get their
just give me
+1
a sec.
attack when they are
So
charged,
that
all of
one's dead,
their
so D3 plus
+1
3,
strength
so
benefits
that'd
are
be
either
4, D3 plus
permanent,
3, that'd
like
be
the
3,
adrenal glands, or they
3, 4,
are
and 3. Okay, so
they
so
do
just
activate
one
when they
blob
are
on.
charged, like the Behemoth sub-faction ability. So these
Let's
Carnifexes
go
are
another-
pushing to strength 8 once they get
Number
charged,
3.
which is a big deal against
Okay.
that Maliceptor.
Another 4.
The 2 dead. Oh, really?
3 dead.
Really? That's dumb. That shouldn't happen.
And
And
Okay.
then
3
just
warriors
punches
get
them.
killed by the crushing
he's
claw
hits on 3s, but he goes once
from
because
the
of
other
Imperator.
Carnifex. Let's
I
see
mean,
if this
the
Carnifex can
thing
pull
from
these
the
warriors
High
off the
Tyrant's
objective
Directive.
here. And this is looking very bad for
And he's moved on
our buddy Dylan
4s.
Usher today.
Okay, so
2 dead.
2 dead.
He does have this winged
I
Hive
got
Tyrant
that.
and 2 Harpies alive in the back. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to kill.
Hey.
Spiraling this way.
So there's the wounded warrior in this unit was the one on the objective.
Sorry.
You can swap it. You can swap it if you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. No, it's fine. He's the one that had to be there. I don't have to hold the objective. I've still got strangle.
Okay, so I'm assuming
Just
you want
means I'll leave the one based.
Okay, that's
Yeah, that's that alien cutting coming into play in the center. The Parasite of Mortrax holding that by counting as 5 models. We're really,
One.
I think we've
hold this.
We've
The
probably been
Parasite
seeing over
counts
the
as
course of the
5
last
with
week or so
Ultra.
that alien cutting combo may sort of be required in the in a lot of Tyranid lists now, just to allow them to shore up their primary objective control in the middle.
Yeah.
This is
The question is whether or not it's on Death Leaper or it's on the Parasite of Mortrax.
on
We've discussed
threes.
their
Okay, all come
various
on 5s.
assets and drawbacks in the
one,
past, but I kind of like Death Leaper. I think after watching her in play.
Okay.
Pinged 1 Harpy
Okay.
from the
That
remaining
is
Dermic Symbiosis
gets-
Harpy that against all odds was able to survive.
You
Yeah, this
get
punch
2
back's
there, I
gonna be
get 4
insane.
points, yep.
Yep.
Let's go Hunter. Scepter. Scream Killer. Yeah, okay, so Imperators +1 to it's gonna go on to. I kinda want to give it to that guy.
So back to Indicus turn.
Wants to hold the demos.
Down to only
It's
holding
so annoying that if
objective
that big
4.
warrior unit had actually made the charge, I'd be fine.
Yeah, but I denied the spell, so you couldn't really do anything about that. These guys cannot advance fine.
Yeah, I do think both these players playing a little bit fast and loose with their denies. There's, especially for a warrior-focused list like Dylan Usher is playing, there is no impetus for the Neurothrope to ever be in deny range, despite the fact that Indicus is playing very aggressively with his Did we lose a Venom Touch more?
I'm assuming a gargoyle is like a precise thing.
No, it's 40 mil for Rippers.
Oh, they're bad. Okay.
Oh, we
I have a
lost one
Smith.
to infected by parasites.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
Cool.
All right, well, now
Three
you're a
dice
Ripper
on the
Swarm there, buddy.
Maliceptor.
That's
I'm gonna
fun.
put +1
Ooh, boy. Yeah, so I think, I mean, both these players have been in deny range of like each other's Neurothropes for most of the game, and we did see Dylan, start to try to play around it by pushing back his Neurothrope. But Indicus has been playing very aggressively with his Maliceptor because typically you have to. But I'm also interested to see Indicus has a Neurothrope in the middle of the table here, and I think a lot of that is for lookouts or against the potential Harpy drops. But it also means that your spells can be denied, and while the bonuses that Tyranids get make it unlikely that your spells are denied, it's you still don't want to give your opponent the chance, because I think in multiple turns it's been hurting both of these players. I think the situation that Dylan was specifically referring to was the red Tyranid warrior unit, this huge Tyranid warrior unit, the 9-man brick that was sitting over here. They were trying to charge in and kill a Screamer Killer, and they just failed. The onslaught got denied, and they just sat there and did nothing, and then got blown up by Screamer Killers, and that was really unfortunate. So I think, if there is a story to this game here, it's that Indicius has sort of taken the middle of the table and then forced things to go wrong for Dylan, and that's exactly what's been happening. He's had multiple charges failed, multiple crucial psychic powers failed, and while some of those he could have set up a little bit better, you know, you can't position around everything.
You can still bomb.
Okay, so I am going to fly that way, off the board, and bomb him.
Yep.
So Harpy falling back off the
Then
edge of the
that is
table
6
to
dice.
enter strategic reserve. Let's see if we can do any damage to the opposing
Four.
Harpy. Hits it for
Take
4,
four more
drops it
tools.
back down to
What's a
bottom
30?
bracket. Oof.
Okay, so he is done.
That is a hashtag oof.
And then now. Okay, so this Carnifex might have to pull back. Just need this guy to fly over this way. No, he's fine. He can stay there. Wait, how far does he move? 7, 8. 8.
Like a depressing good 3 models on this board that just shouldn't be here after that turn. Oh dear.
That guy. Yep, this guy will just move. Actually, think right here, so he's closer to him.
Yeah.
So I wanted to thank everybody again for coming and joining and watching the coverage. Thanks everyone who stuck through it so far. And I know we did lose some people who peeled out after they saw a Tyranid mirror match, but I appreciate everyone who's hanging out still. Big thanks to Nergal Matthew for dropping the subs down. Anybody who also wants to throw down some subs, we are going to be trying to restart our regular coverage or regular streaming on Twitch. I know it's been a little inconsistent the last couple weeks just because of other stuff going on, but I'm going to be trying to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this week, at the very least, we do have a GT coming this weekend that I will be streaming all weekend. So very appreciative of the folks who want to come in and watch that. Should be a good one. Big 32-player event. A lot of really strong local players, so you might see some familiar faces from Throwdown Thursday. And I think it's going to be good. It is called Warhammer Retreat because it's at a summer camp. It's a local one to me.
Yeah.
On my Neoko,
Mm-hmm.
he just goes 7.
I should call out to you. I did get asked to stream the ArmorCon GT again. Should be another 32-player event. And I think after this weekend at Motor City Mayhem, I will probably be looking for to do more coverage. I had a really good time doing commentary. I would like to continue that.
Or I could just chop you up in the middle. But that doesn't really strangle.
So it sounds like Indicus Magpie,
Point, and that's the only one.
considering his options here, looks like he might
This guy.
try to get the Neurothrope into the Tyranid Warrior. It's a little bit awkward though.
Yeah, he can make it fall back.
Awkward part as well is that
Fall back, so he's gonna cut me up. Or he doesn't need to fall back that much.
we're running low on Synapse creatures for Indicus Magpie. So any of his future synaptic imperatives are really only going to affect
6.
the Carnifexes that are next to the
This
Neurothrope.
Screamer Killer is gonna chill over there. I believe that's all my models.
So falling back from the remaining
It's
Tyranid
like
Warrior
it
to
is.
regain control of Objective 2. It means that
Alice
as long as Indicus Magpie can hold Objective 4,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to try to kill that Maliceptor with his own Maliceptor.
I
It's a
don't
little
know.
bit scary because if we do get a Death Throws, it could kill the Screamer Killer as well.
I don't need to charge. Might need Voracious Appetite. But if I kill the Maliceptor, that's done. But okay, I'll spin a CP3 Lotus, because why the hell not?
Okay.
Well,
Down to a 6.
well, just a smite, you can deny with whoever.
Yeah, I'll try it with the... I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
Neurothrope. We stop it.
Okay, next Psychic Scream. into
Yep.
the Maleceptor. That is, we can deny on a 10 or 11.
Yeah,
Yes,
gotta
it's
try to stop
10,
all these
so it is
powers
11.
from the Maleceptor right
No,
now.
it goes off.
So 3 and now I can choose this. Weirdly enough, because the Equidus.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna Psychics. How much? I got in 11, right?
Yeah, that's one of the weird things about the
Okay, so I'm
equidistant
gonna
rules.
Psychic
That's
to
the
Hive Tyrant, and he's gonna take 3 mortals.
that the activating player gets to choose.
So you take D3 on your Hive Tyrant, and you're gonna lose.
So you
stuff
can
from
actually
this.
split
Take
the
2
effects of
mortals.
the psychic overload plus the psychic power that's triggering it. So what we're gonna do is
Okay.
do a D3 to the Hive Tyrant and then an automatic 3 to the
He
Maleceptor,
dies.
and
Does he explode?
just kill
Do
it.
it.
See if he kills the card
Do it.
effects in
Do it.
return. No,
Oh,
boy.
so close.
That would have been good.
That's a terrible gun you would have had him.
And there goes the Maleceptor
D3,
for
are we gonna
Dylan.
do- What spells does he know?
Smite, Hive, Nexus, the Horror, and
Yeah,
Onslaught.
see if we
He's got 4 spells.
Okay.
Oh, the
see if we
bloody
forget a
numbers.
spell
Okay,
here for the.
Just roll a dice and re-roll it if it's a 5 or a 6.
Okay, number 4 is Smite, I'm guessing. Or is number
If you get, I was just gonna go down the sheet and that's
Yeah,
Onslaught.
okay. Four's Onslaught. Okay, so he
Cool.
can no longer cast Onslaught.
Cool.
So Hive
Okay,
Tyrant forgets
Neurothrop is going to
Onslaught. Shouldn't be that big of a deal
smite.
because we have Onslaught on the Neurothrop.
I need Feel No Pains. Okay, yep. Neurothrop is going to give.
We also don't usually need Onslaught so much in this stage of the game.
Need a Carnifex. That Carnifex needs to have Feel No Pains. Yep, he's going to give that Carnifex of Feel No Pain, hopefully. -1 to this. He gets it, even though.
No, Catalyst is a... No, it's a 6, it goes off.
Your
What else does he have? Oh, the Hive Tyrant can deny, yeah, cool. Hive Tyrant! Stopped.
He does. Okay, next I'm going to cast Paroxysm onto your Hive Tyrant.
Yeah, so it went off because of the +2 between the Neurothrop's own ability
No,
and
it
the
won't.
Resonance
Believe
Barb.
so. No.
Good.
So the -1
Yep,
only
I'm going to
bringing
cast
it down to
Paroxysm
2d6.
onto your. I should have actually casted this. I tried to cast this on your damn and failed. Yeah, I'm going to cast this onto your Hive Tyrant. +1 to this? Don't think it goes off.
You need a 7.
Yeah, I need 7, and then he's done. Well, that was a very subpar shooting phase. I mean, psychic phase, but it's fine. On to
Cool.
shooting.
Yep.
Shooting. Screamer Killer's gonna last this guy. So D6 shots. 6.
Oof. Oof. The big
hitting
sixer,
on
but we do need
4s,
5s
because
to hit.
+1, -1.
Oh, but we are
Yeah.
direct guidance. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Not like this.
He doesn't get any reroll because everyone's dead.
on
This
fives.
guy does not
No,
have...
it's going to 8.
It's... Of course it is. 4s.
3s actually.
Oh, no, it just kills the Harpy.
Oh, wait, that one, no, I
AP4.
don't.
So
Okay.
Just vaporizes
punch
that
really
Harpy? No
Yeah, cool.
way.
Why is it strength 8 and -4?
no idea.
Who wrote this data sheet?
No idea. But whoever he is, he really
Tyranid
likes
players
it.
learning of the
This one's gonna do the
unstoppable
same
might
to
of
this
Screamer
guy.
Killer Carnifex's chat.
Yeah.
It's a glorious day.
D6.
That was pretty wild,
2
though. 3
on
converted
4s,
attacks
And on
going through a -1 to hit. It's pretty wild.
-4, so
Doesn't
4
usually
balls.
happen.
Oh,
Take
take one.
Looks like we
Okay,
are pinging him
and
Hive Tyrant over here with another
Carnifex
Bioplasmic
is going
Scream.
to shoot into combat.
Yeah, can we see
Yeah.
some Tyranid warriors get picked up by the
Gonna miss,
heavy venom
hitting
cannon
on
here? That'd be kind of
4s.
cool.
No explosions here. Wounded on 4s. 2 just die.
Yep. Fun. 1, 2.
Maybe a 6-up in cover, right?
Oh yeah, they was. 2 of them. 6s. Hey, we keep one. Didn't want that. Why did...
I think you can pull...
Oh, I get charged by a Screamer Killer.
Yay. Don't really care about him that much, to be brutally honest.
Yeah,
I
don't
believe
know
that's
if
all
that
my
would matter.
shooting.
Made a huge difference in terms of the positioning.
Anyone who was behind that guy, so the Screamer Killer couldn't get him, was the...
Okay, so then we shall go on to charges.
Yep.
So I'm tempted to rush him into that just to bop him on the head, but anyway, it won't really help me that much. Those guys just going to
Go get him, Neurothroat. We believe in you, buddy.
Yeah.
I actually forgot. I wanted to shoot him, but anyway, those guys are going to charge into him.
Yeah.
So I do think the
Now let's see.
Maliceptor
I'm
kind of
pretty
has to
sure
charge the Hive Tyrant here.
this is favorable. Well, your bad luck go into mine.
Oh, but Indicus does have objective
course not.
4 locked. Ugh.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Oh,
Yeah,
things are not
okay.
going well for our Leviathan friends here today.
Okay, so then.
Yeah, those Carnifexes
got-
locking objectives is pretty
You know what? I
brutal.
would charge the
So
new
that is going to, now that objective 2 is back under Indicus
He
control,
advanced.
that is going to get him his,
Oh, yeah, advance, so you can't do anything.
his nice
Fine. We will
stranglehold.
start with. I'm gonna make your guy fight last, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still
you
don't have any
take a
assassination
fight
points on
last.
the board for Indicus.
Why do I take immortals? Well, why does it still have this rule?
That's what happens when you overtune a codex. You just give them rules and they just do not care.
Like, Dylan,
Minus
buddy,
1 to hit,
you're
so
playing the same
fours.
codex. Calm
Fours.
down.
Sixes explode
Why?
because.
Oh, because
of
you're still in that. Yep. Yep.
And these are twos.
Pause.
Are you in range of
Oh.
a Synapse creature for the Imperative?
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so never mind. It's not.
There should
oh,
be
wait.
2 less.
No, it's sixes. So never mind. That two go away. So I'll take these two.
Okay.
The one's on 4s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fours.
Nope, he's dead. I really needed him to live. That's awful.
I get 3 points for that.
Yeah.
Let's start here because I need more of these points. Screamer Killer.
Yeah.
11 attacks. Why the hell not? He's hitting on 3s. Yep.
Yeah.
I will say, they do
Sixes
probably more damage
explode
than they
and
should,
auto
but it
wound.
is fun to roll out that unit's attacks.
Yeah.
Here we go. Pick up a
And
handful of
Fours.
dice. These are all
Get
Thunder
+1
Hammers.
to strength on the charge. So 3,
3.
all your 4 up.
Just make one of these, please. He
You know
makes
what?
one of them, and now I get to die to a Maliceptor.
Well, but the question is, I'll do the Maliceptor. 3 attacks. Yeah, 3 attacks, or do I want to just go for numbers? Okay, we'll do that later. This Screamer Killer is gonna just punch those warriors.
Yeah.
So 11 attacks on 2s. Okay, everything stays. And 2 auto wound. No wait. 2 explodes and auto wounds, yeah, that's fine. And then these will be on
Taking them
4.
off, it's fine.
Hey,
Yep, they're dead.
Yeah, they're very dead.
I needed that frigging parasite to live, and he should have. That's really, really annoying.
He'll just go that way. Oh, he has to go this way because of that little bugger. And then the Maliceptor. We get 6 attacks on 3s. Is he strength user on this one? Yeah, it's strength user.
So using the little attacks on the Maliceptor to double.
User, now I'm going to do the
swings.
piercing hits.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
big
attacks on
Looks like
3s.
big attacks. Oh my god, with an
Of
explosion.
course. Yeah.
Just for the rub-ins a little bit there.
1
Ah,
on your
4 up.
wound roll went
Of
badly
course.
and the Hive Tyrant
2d3.
fails.
Yep,
Do we
well,
roll
good-
double
good-
ones to
good
kill,
spell.
to
How
not
much
kill
would that
him? Let's find out.
3.
Survey says. We did! He
Okay.
survives on 1! Alright. Alright. Come on,
Cool.
Hive Tyrant. Can the Hive Tyrant one-shot a Screamer
turn.
Killer and a Maliceptor?
Okay. We have to hit you.
It
with
is
something.
possible.
Do you want to hit the Maliceptor or the Screamer Killer? I think I have to hit the Screamer. Wait. What does he have? He has.
Do we think the Tau
Doesn't have
Codex
Flash
needs
Whip and
adjustments,
Bone
or is it
Swords,
fine now?
so-
I do think
Well, it will
it's
be 3s
probably fine.
anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can pick. Screamer Killer will probably be
It's
hard to
certainly
kill, but-
still, you know, it's probably the number 3 codex if we're
4s
looking
and
at the
3s,
top
and
codexes
they're
in
3
the
damage
game.
each for your roll.
But, you know, compared to Eldari,
3, Screamer
I
Killer
don't
is
think it's
actually
as
way easier.
it's as good as that
But I'd
codex,
rather
and
get the
obviously compared to
Maliceptor.
Tyranid, it's not as good.
But then
So I think it's still
Yeah, I wanna hit the
in a fine
Maliceptor.
position.
5 attacks on 4s.
I would rather we
Have you
see
roll a hit
more
roll for
changes to
Leviathan?
the bottom codexes than we
3s.
then we
That was awful.
see, like, you know, continued nerfs to the top.
Yeah,
I think we do need another pass on Tyranids and Eldari to bring them down to sort of where the level of the 50%
I get Stranglehold because I hold 3.
armies. But on the flip side, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do some stuff to bring up the
Yeah,
other
I get
factions.
three.
But so far, so good. The metagame's
I
looking
do.
relatively healthy right now. At
I
least,
get 8.
we'll see how it goes after the Tyranid nerfs get legalized.
Okay. How the hell do I do this?
All right,
One
so we are
warrior
back to
soul.
Dylan Usher's turn. He is a single warrior, a spawned Ripper Swarm,
I give up something like 13 on no business.
a Neurothrope, and I think we do have no prisoners on the Indicius side of the table, which means that spawned Ripper Swarm could actually come back to bite Dylan Usher a little bit. I don't know how the exact breakdown of the wound count goes. So he's down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 models.
Yeah.
He does have an undamaged Harpy and undamaged Winged Hive Tyrant. Those are both very important assets.
That would have taken out the Screamer Killer.
Those two literally picked up your Nightman squad or warriors.
I do think that we are probably this swing back here is probably going to see a lot of damage dealt, assuming the shooting doesn't go awry. I am a little bit worried about the one wound Hive Tyrant. I think he has to pull off, but we should kill at least. There's a non-zero chance that the Harpy splits fire kills both of the wounded Carnifexes. The winged Hive Tyrant goes in, kills the remaining Screamer Killer. And then we just have to sort of fight our way through the Maleceptor, the remaining Carnifex, and the smattering of additional random guys we have. This Tyranid Warrior may be able to go in and fight the Venom Throat, but they will have to fight into the fight last. But if it doesn't get killed by the Venom Throat's own attacks, which is relatively unlikely, then it should kill it back. Are we ready for a scene with Terminators about to be unleashed after the Tyranid's nerf?
Here you are.
Okay, hello.
I'm assuming you're taking your fallback in charge imperative.
Had an
Yeah.
opportunity to pile and consolidate around the Screamer, allowing it to maybe smite him out of combat. Oh, with the Winged Hive Tyrant? Yeah, that's a good call out, Dr. Dudes. I imagine that maybe we're assuming that the intention is that Indicius based him, because both of these units did charge. But you're not wrong that he isn't entirely based. He isn't technically based. It looks like we will just pull out of combat, though. The downside for the the Hive Tyrant here is that he did take Balethorn Cannon, so his gun is blast. Unlike the heavy Venom Cannons and Shard Gullet, they can be fired in melee, and Shard Gullet even does not take penalties for shooting in melee because it is an assault weapon. But the Balethorn Cannon, that unfortunate blast keyword, means it can't be fired in melee. If we could maybe, you know, I guess he only has smite here, so he could try to smite the Screamer Killer, shoot the Maleceptor to bring himself down to mid bracket, so he has a better chance of surviving. But he can't do that now. The Terminator is being kept by Nids. I'm not 100% sure that that's the case. I think the Terminator lists are probably less flexible than a lot of people give them credit for.
Okay.
And it's not just Nids that keep them down. I think they are they are themselves kind of a classic gatekeeper list, because they have a lot of matchups that they will just slam dunk into, but that physically can't destroy, can't beat them. But they also have an equal number of matchups that just rip them right off the table. And I think a good example of this is over our MCM coverage last weekend, we did see a Space Wolves list table, or almost table, a Deathwing Terminator list. It was 40 Deathwing Terminators, and Space Wolf Wolfen just, they had no good answer for it. The Wolfen just traded too efficiently into them, and it was going to be an awkward situation. And I think you are going to run into some situations like that. Dylan, should probably put this on the correct timer here. Dylan, I don't know if we've swapped turns, so he should have a CP available. So we do potentially have the 1 CP impact attack strat on the Hive Tyrant as well.
Over.
Okay, here comes a flyover. Maybe trying to clip the Screamer Killer with a bomb.
Actually, wait, if we can do that. I can't get around. No, it's fine. So I'll have to rotate, fly. No, to be fair, I can just fly over. It's fine.
This Harpy, I think, is going to be instrumental for Dylan moving into the late game here because there isn't anything. There's no longer anything on the table for
bomb the
Indicius
Screamer Killer.
Threatens it.
I think.
His only flying units are the Venom Thrope and the Neurothrope, neither of which are going to do anything to a Harpy.
True.
And he has a single Venom Cannon left for range attacks.
Yeah, okay, we'll bomb the Maleceptor.
Okay, drop the bomb on a Maleceptor. We're going to try to shoot the Screamer Killer to death, I imagine.
One more ult.
Oh, and it only does one! We should have hit the Screamer Killer!
Wish that was a Screamer Killer now.
That does bracket the Maleceptor, though. Brings it down to only 2 on its Psychic Overload. Unfortunate.
Okay, so shooting.
Yes.
Just fair. He's not big enough to exist in both. Warrior, shoot Venom Thrope.
Okay, -1 to hit.
Yeah. Nope, Leviathan. Yay.
Did we cast the Neurothrope spell?
Damn it.
I'm not
Okay,
sure that we did.
Harpy, small shot, Screamer Killer, big shot, Maleceptor, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
So Harpy going in here, try to convert 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he skipped Psychic Phase, chat. Ooh, that sucks.
Small shot, Screamer Killer.
It was only the Neurothrope casting. Oh no, it was also the Winged Hive Tyrant. Oh no.
One save at -1.
Yep. Oh, 2 up actually.
That would have been
Oh, he's still
good. If he could
Cool.
clip that Carnifex out with a Smite.
And then big
Okay,
shots
well we
into
do
the
have the
Maleceptor.
Harpy killing
Do roll
the
a hit roll.
Carnifex with the little pew pew.
3 saves on your
3
ingun.
going through on the Maleceptor could kill it
Oh,
here with the heavy Venom Cannon, and we
And he's
do.
Does he explode?
Oh crap, yeah.
Please don't freak out on that
Does
Hive
he?
Tyrant. That would be
Does
brutal.
he?
No.
Damn it, I wanted to.
All right, Harpy.
Oh, well.
Perfect conversion. That's what we needed.
Okay.
What do we have going on now?
Charges.
Yep.
Where have I lost the CP this turn? And I also forgot to do Psychic.
Did I not turn over?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so I guess I didn't.
Okay, well, the Psychic probably didn't matter anyway.
Well, but he must keep something above or something.
I mean, it was going to be
Yeah, all the
Catalyst on
Harpies
a
are
Hive
double
Tyrant and
heavy
Smite
Venom
as Venom
Cannon
Thrope.
trap.
And then
Yeah,
Venom
go-
Thrope, I mean.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So Smite on the Venom Thrope.
Go.
Goes off on a 5.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, we do
Which
have the deny from the Neurothrope here, and also the Maleceptor.
Don't deny.
Done.
And the deny
Okay.
fails,
Venom Thrope
and it
takes 3.
kills the Venom Thrope. What? So
And then Catalyst
Indicius
on the Hive
allowing Dylan to go back and do his Psychic Phase, losing the Venom
5,
Thrope
6,
for it.
7 on a 6.
That's 6 because
Is this
minus
a
1. So what is
Catalyst?
it? Catalyst
That's
is
what I
one.
mean. So I've got +2. Catalyst needs a 6. So it's
Okay,
a
so
6.
my Maleceptor would be alive for this, so
Yeah.
okay, you get it.
Okay, cool.
And Indicius fails the
Charges. Hive Tyrant's
fails
going to go into the Screamer Killer
deny.
and the
I
one
don't know
wound
where Catalyst
Carnifex.
goes.
Okay.
Maybe this Warrior, I think, is the best place for it somehow. All right, Winged Hive
That
Tyrant,
was
let's
not
go.
a fail. That is good to know.
So it goes in here. Let's see
Yeah,
a 1 CP
we're gonna
impact on the one
spend
wound
the
guy.
CP to
There
do
it is.
the mortal wounds on charge into the Screamer Killer.
Okay. So
Into
he
the
plus
Screamer
3 on a
Killer.
high number.
Interesting. So it
yeah.
hits him for 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. That's fine.
Takes 3.
And 6.
So this is Reaper of Obliterax. So
Okay,
that means
so
we
we're
only
gonna
need to
do
convert 2 Reaper of Obliterax wounds.
One
into
sword
the,
attack into the normal
Screamer Killer to kill
Carnifex,
that guy because
4
there's
into
mortal
the
wounds on top.
Screamer Killer, and then we'll do the little attacks into the Carnifex
And
as
we're
well.
going to try to convert
Okay.
perfectly here.
Are you charging that?
Talons
turn
into the
or did you
1
get
wound
advances?
guy.
Oh, he advanced. He's stuck. I could charge the Reaper in,
And
which
big
is
attacks
tempting.
into the Screamer
but no.
Killer.
So
All right.
I have 4
No
attacks.
CP to reroll wounds though,
on
which is
the
a little bit
Screamer
scary.
This guy.
I would love to see
I
that.
think you can... Wait, you're 3.2.
Okay, he's fine. Go ahead.
Cool. So, the 4 attacks on the Screamer Killer.
Drum roll,
Actually,
please.
sorry, the 1 attack on the Carnifex. It hits,
I
it
think
wounds, the
that's Oxen's out,
Carnifex is
yeah.
dead.
Goodbye.
Okay, he does not.
No. Cool.
Yeah, no.
And then 4 attacks on the Screamer Killer.
Alright. Reroll
Reroll ones anyway. Cool.
The 6 is auto wound, so that actually just kills it.
Use a
regardless.
tail reroll.
Here we go.
Prehensile tail. Do they still have that? I can't even
Oh,
friggin'
they have
remember.
2 little feet. They make 2 little feet attacks.
No, yeah, the tail gives it a floating reroll hit or wound.
Okay. Cool. So there's 3 saves
Reaper is pretty good.
at
so,
-4.
for sure.
It's tail is Lash Whip.
No, the tail gives it a reroll, a wound roll.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. So how many
-4.
mortals? How much mortals?
3 mortals.
Okay, and these are -4, so these
Yeah.
are 6.
Sixes.
Oh,
Kills
yeah.
it. Does it explode?
There it goes. Oh.
Nope.
That was the turn that
Okay.
Dylan needed. He needed to perfectly convert this turn in order to get back into this game, and I think he did it.
Hag the
Oh,
Neurothrope?
man.
Cool.
Yeah, so we saw the Neurothrope kill the Venomthrope with the Smite.
Okay.
The Winged Hive Tyrant had to kill 2 Carnifexes, 1 at 1 and 1 at 6. Or one
yes,
one
you'll
was
get
full,
it.
actually. And then the Harpy had to kill
Pass it
both the
back to you.
Carnifex here and the
end of
Maliceptor, and
that,
all
I
those
don't
things
get Strangle.
happened.
No, you don't.
Oof. And we're
If
down
we
to
get
only
Death and
2
Tail.
models remaining for Indicus. I think that just clinched the game there, chat.
My Carnifexes are gone. Let's see what I can do about that.
Oh, man. Chat, this game's so
This
close.
one,
Now,
that
Indicus
guy's
still
gonna get
has
+1 to hit,
Assassination
and that's about it.
on the mind, so I think that he's
dice.
going to try to maybe see if we can peek a shot at the Hive Tyrant and pull that out.
So,
He does lock Objective 2,
do stuff.
and he has Objective 4 still locked.
So I've
Dylan
got-
hasn't been able to get anything there. So I think maybe there's no more objective secured besides this Warrior left on Objective 3. So if this Carnifex just moves forward, picks the Hive Tyrant up, gets 3 points for Assassination there, and kills this Tyranid Warrior, he takes Objective 3 and he gets Stranglehold.
3, 4, 5, 6,
He has bottom round 5 scoring, but I think there's a non-zero chance he gets tabled though.
6.
And then Dylan Usher can sort of run. He can kind of play in the Sprinkler,
RP technically.
but he's only looking at
RP do like a double back
a
and come here.
4 point or an 8 point bottom round 5.
9. It can just go 180 degrees backwards.
This is pre-FAQ,
in a straight
chat.
line.
The FAQ was well after the
Well,
rules
they could
lock
just
for this
pivot on
event.
the spot 180 and go that way.
All of the other Harpies are dead. We've lost 3 Harpies so
Probably
far.
gonna
There's
do
the only Harpy remaining is Dylan's full health guy over here.
Tyrant, and probably your
I think Indicus had a turn where he could have just dumped into the Leviathan Harpies and tried to kill them, and he elected not to. He shot other targets, and I think he might be
The
regretting it
Hive
now
the fly one.
because
Yeah.
this Harpy's sort of doing its attritional damage,
I'm
slowly
just
coming
trying
back
to
into
work
this
out no
game.
prisoners properly. So there's 6, 6, 6, so 18. 27 warriors at 3 wounds is 60. 81.
We're gonna do the no prisoners
20
math
for
right now.
gargoyles. So 100. So
That's
you
important.
get 12 points if
That's
you
true.
kill.
I get plus another 2 because I got more than 50
Yeah.
and more than 100, so I get 14.
No, I mean you get 10 because there's 102 wounds in the list, and then you kill 2, so you get 12.
Okay. So that guy doesn't matter about killing, but I'm gonna kill
That's yeah, that is if you kill this guy here.
him. That's probably gonna happen. The question is, what else do I want to do? Okay, so the Harpy, you're gonna get 3 points for killing my Harpy because you can just freaking turn him on the spot and make him Dinny. The question
Yeah.
is, do I want to try and kill these 2 to give me 6 points? Potential 6 points, yeah. I don't think
Oh,
I'll
excuse
be
me.
able
The other
to
Harpy is
kill
alive,
him.
chat.
Oh,
Now I'm
cool,
thinking
cool.
about it. It flew off
So
the
I've
table and bombed, but
killed
it didn't fire. So he,
5
Indicus does have a 2
Carnifexes.
Harpy remaining.
A Harpy and a
I
Maliceptor, so
misspoke.
I've got 5,
I
6,
forgot
7, 8, 9,
that,
10
it
for
had
damage down.
It had been charged by
And
the other
2 for
harpies
my
and
Tyrant.
surprisingly survived, and then
Oh, yeah.
peeled itself to reserve.
Oh, you'll probably get 15, so that's not much of a that, but I just need to kill stuff in the
So that
middle.
means we do have a
Let's do
stinger
that.
salvo to try to peel the
Just need to deny,
Hive Tyrant,
I
who's
just
on
need to
one
make sure I
wound.
can deny you Stranglehold for the rest of the game. Because he
Yeah.
cannot run fast enough to get over there, and that is fine. Okay, so Harpies is going to
Well, this
pop
is going
over
to come right down to it, chat.
Yep.
Holy crap.
9 inches away from your guy.
So, I mean, I assume that, I guess we do have to,
That's about it. We are
Yeah.
going to do some Psychic.
I guess it depends entirely on how much damage you do right now.
Neuthrop
Let's
is
find
going
it
to
out.
give... Actually, I guess we can go like this, so... Wait, it's fine, he's still in range.
Okay.
2 wounds. Yep, Neuthrop is going to give that lonely Carnifex of 5 of Funeral Pain for whatever it's worth. He gets it.
Cool. On a 9, I'll try and stop it. It goes off.
Okay, Carnifex gets a Funeral Pain. He is then going to cast Paroxysm on... Does he have Paroxysm before I do it? He does. He's going to cast Paroxysm onto the Hive Tyrant. He gets it.
Cool. On a 10. It goes
Minus
off.
1 hit. Your -1 to wound and you cannot Overwatch.
Cool.
I should have done that on a bloody Harpy, but I'm a bloody idiot. Okay, on to shooting. How much do I respect the Drapian bomb? Yeah, a lot. Okay, so he's gonna put his salvos into this little guy if he's in range.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put his big guns into the Hive Tyrant.
Salvos
Yep.
into the Ripper. Feels a
So
little
6
sad.
shots, I think it's on. He's down to bottom, so I think it's 5s.
Yeah.
6 shots on 5s. Wow, they will miss. Okay, Stinger salvos.
Yeah.
He's hit on 5s. 1 hit and a wound. It just goes straight home.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
not
he's
what we
down to
wanted.
3.
Yeah.
Not yet, down to 3. Yep. Yep. Okay, and then Carnifex is gonna put all the shots over into that damn Tyrant.
Yeah.
So 3 shots on 2s. And on 4s. Please.
3
Okay, oh.
wounds onto the Tyrant from the Heavy Venom Cannon on the
He's dead.
Dead.
On the
I get 6
Carnifex
points. I
kills
mean, 3
him,
points.
so that'll get 3 points for
That is
assassination. Very
all
nice.
charges.
And now we need
Carnifex
this
is going to
Carnifex
charge
yeah,
into your warrior
to
only.
clip that warrior.
Okay.
This Winged Hive Tyrant
Okay,
may
so he's in. Oh wait.
end up just closing the game out
anyway,
for Dylan, though.
Get on. Well, if I kill you, I get the point. That's fine.
Indicus looks like kept his
Double kill.
Neurothrope engaged with the
Yep.
Winged Hive Tyrant so that it could not heroically intervene here, but it does mean that the Neurothrope may die to it. We'll see.
Hitting on 2s, no zeros.
4s.
Wounding on 4s, just need 1. He's dead.
Yeah.
So that will clip that guy.
Yeah.
Takes the objective away
the
with
point.
OBSEC.
Okay. Neurothrope.
So that will...
Hive Tyrant will go like that.
No.
3 points here.
But the
And
Hive Tyrant does have the
I
opportunity to
think I
swing at
just
the
hit
Carnifex. See if we can
Okay,
kill
yeah,
him.
-1 to
So I
wound.
can- Yeah, that's fine. I can base the Neurothrope, and okay, I can't base the Neurothrope and do it, so that makes me sad. But I can do that. Or do I just hit the Neurothrope?
Oh, but we did
and then go
Paroxysm
for
the Hive
Carnifex
Tyrant,
next
so
turn?
winning the Carnifex on
No, I've got to go for the
4s.
Carnifex this turn.
Yeah, let's see what we get. Do we
So,
transient
5
him or not? It
attacks.
doesn't matter.
Reroll. They hit.
Attacks are good for Dylan.
4s. Of course.
Ooh.
Reroll. 2 saves.
2
and
goes
2
through,
mortal
6
wounds.
ups with the mortal wounds.
Minus
also.
3. Sorry, minus
Should be 8 before.
4. Okay, so it takes 8.
Yeah, so he's down to 1.
And then we've got little attacks.
Uh,
She gets 2 off, right?
Oh yeah, damn it.
he takes 6
I
there,
got-
right?
He takes 6, so he's down to 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he's minus
sorry.
some damage.
Yeah.
Is it
2
two?
hit,
Oh,
Just give me a second. I
Chat,
actually
this
didn't
is
notice that he
like-
still gives it a reroll.
wild.
no wounds.
So Carnifex survives, takes the
Oh.
objective away. So we get Dylan,
I
or we
didn't
get
notice it. Wait,
Indicus
doesn't say
his
his tail gives a
stranglehold.
reroll. I don't actually notice that.
Looks like
Prehensile tail.
Dylan was denied a stranglehold, but he
Somewhere else.
and
Okay,
he
so I
doesn't
get...
look like he's
Oh.
gonna be able to get it
Okay,
this
his
turn.
tail doesn't give a reroll.
Oh,
It's
so that...
fine. He gets those wounds. He can get one of the wounds back. Oh no, wait, I failed the reroll there.
So then I'll go back up to.
Yeah.
I'll put him on.
You
I'll
can
put him
go
on.
to 6.
I'll put him on 4.
Cool.
It's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so I get Stranglehold. My neutral will type bop you on the head for the fun of it.
Yeah.
2 attacks. Fear the brain bug. Does that hit? I think it's 5s. Nope, beautiful misses.
Cool.
Stranglehold, you get 4.
Yeah.
What's
It's,
the question about the tail?
It doesn't have prehensile tail. It's another error on the battle scribe file.
Why not?
They don't
It's
get
just
to do
it's just not in the book, but it's for some reason on the battle scribe file. I don't know why it's on the battle scribe file.
Yeah, Hive Tyrants don't have rerolls with their tail.
Yeah.
Ground type tyrants don't, but wing type tyrants do.
See?
Oh, prehensile tail on the war gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually never
Okay.
noticed that Wing Tyrant.
Well, I got a command point. I go to 4.
These Codex jumpers, chat. They don't know
I
anything.
really don't think I can win this now.
So
The Neurothrope will advance.
Dylan down to
Going 11.
his last dregs here. He can
There.
put the Neurothrope to. So he has objective
The
5
Ripper will
locked.
advance. Probably should have
He
moved
can
him
keep
last turn,
objective
I would
3
have
with the
been able to do
Neurothrope,
it.
as long as he kills the Carnifex.
It's only a 9.
But unfortunately, he doesn't have anything to
makes me
charge
sad.
here. What he might be able to do is advance the Ripper
I should have moved
Swarm,
him last turn.
charge the Carnifex. If he
Yeah, I can't do it.
kills the Carnifex with the Winged Hive Tyrant, he can then, with his battle
I
battle round
can take you
CP,
off this
he
one.
can trigger an
And I
overrun with the Ripper Swarm to get to objective 2.
Sorry, yeah, because the Carnifex is still alive now.
Because
I
then he
can't
would have
take
3.
you off it.
I don't know if he sees that line of
so I
play,
get
though.
8 no matter what, because my brain bug just sits here with this move.
Yeah. It's like really, really annoying as well because if it wasn't sticky objectives.
Yeah, so that's, I just need about 4 points to win.
Yeah, you've got it. I can't.
And then this will give me. You get 15 there. You get.
Yeah, downside there, I think, for
Neckman-
Dylan
well,
was
Neckman kinda screwed me over,
going
to be
first, so
honest.
he didn't have bottom.
Yeah, I should have been
bottom
able to
scoring.
get higher there, but I messed up placement with some stuff, and then I was expecting to have more left at the end because there were like 2 turns there where there were 3 Carnifexes that could have died and they didn't.
The Tyrant,
I'm gonna say-
the Tyrant
because
for
that point-
Leviathan is not objective secured, so it does not lock objectives. Only the Behemoth Tyrants did, because the Behemoth monsters were objective secured because of the biomorphology. And the mission only locks if you are obsec. It doesn't lock if you're not. So he dropped the Tyrant to break Indicius control of the objective, but he couldn't lock it himself.
To be beautiful, they are surprisingly tough now with their 2-up armor and -1 damage. T7 for some fucking reason. So definitely 0 get. I think I just get 80 off all that. So that was
I don't know if Dylan R&D'd his home quarter either. Oh, that's killer. So I think if he goes for this overrun play that we were talking about here, right?
8, or you get 4, but you can't get strangled because you don't.
He could have gotten
No,
7
I'm stuck
more.
on 73. It's really, really annoying.
You actually hold that. You can hold this, but you have to take that.
Yeah. And then I'm relying on smiting off a Carnifex.
No, you can and shooting that guy because you have to kill him in.
Oh wait,
with
sorry.
that.
Yeah, we have
So
a harpy.
he goes there. I mean, it won't matter much, but then he's got to rotate and fly like that.
Yep.
I have to bomb the Carnifex.
So he has he can rotate
Yeah,
90
dice.
go here and then fly the remainder
Yep.
the opposite direction.
3. He's not dead from that.
Puts the Carnifex down to 1. We see if the Neurothrope kills him.
He's down to.
So this
Yep,
also
down to 1.
Okay. Cool. Then we'll
has
smite
the
him.
potential. Well, I mean, you do it the other way. It doesn't really matter though. So this
8,
also has the potential to have the
of
same
course.
effect.
You can do that.
There's nothing else he can do.
Oh yeah, you fell back, so you can't.
Then we shoot, so we do little shots into Carnifex, big shot. Actually, yeah, little shots. Do the Carnifexes get cover?
Not that one.
Okay.
Only
Why did the Screamer Killers get cover?
Because they have spores on them, so they benefit from light cover.
Oh my god. Did they just not stop with that datasheet?
It is a remarkable amount of options you can put on the card effects. It is quite good fun.
What was
To be fair,
why?
Indicus did make his
little shots,
Screamer Killers
big
cost like
shots.
150
I can just
points
even give them
each.
plus 1 AP, so I don't even need to care about armor contempt.
You're like, wow,
Of
look at how
course
hard
we.
they are to kill. You're like,
Are you
yeah,
actually kidding me?
we did put
One
a bunch
hit
of
with the
Oh,
venom
no.
cannons.
It's threes, it's threes.
It's the harpy I'm shooting. That's the
Oh.
problem.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
I do have a command point.
Might as well. And of course not.
Kills the harpy.
Nope, he has a 4 pinball.
Yeah.
So you get minus 3 points there.
Yeah, there's that Dermic Symbiosis coming back to haunt
Minus
us.
2 points.
That guy made a ridiculous
No,
number of
Harpies are
saves
minus
over the course of
3
the game.
points, I think.
Harpies are 2 points. It's 15 for 3.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely wild. Absolutely
you go up
wild.
to
Crazy game,
13?
chat.
No, wait.
Um,
You go up. Yeah, you're 12.
Now, to be fair, I do think that
Refill
Dylan also
saves on
scores
the
his
con
direct
effects.
assault, right? Because he took an objective. He took objective 2.
How many? 3 up saves.
Yeah, 3 ups.
And if he kills the
Okay,
Carnifex,
so
he'll
the
get another 3.
Carnifex dies.
They get you another point.
So there's a bring
Cool,
it
and
down.
71 instead of 73. I definitely should have stopped talking.
And he'll get... he'll get 6 more.
No, but then I do get strangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets
So there's a
strangled, but
strangle.
still 7 points behind you.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
I guess
just need
we
to
did score
smite
the
that
3 out already
grunt.
for
I
the,
just need to shoot
for
that
the
guy off and
bonus
I get another
objective.
3 points.
Oh my god, chat.
Yeah.
I will
Absolutely
not get
insane.
stranglehold. Just for the fun of it, I'm
Slowing
gonna
as hell.
try and
So
actually
final
kill that
score
little
looks
dog
like
with my,
81-74. I don't
Harpy.
think there's anything that a single Neurothrope can do,
well,
unless it
just
can
hype
advance to
talent with
objective
the
1.
Harpy, actually. No, it doesn't matter, because he's just gonna come here, I'm gonna fly over your Neurothrope.
Oh, he's gonna.
Yeah,
we're
just
gonna try
roll 3
to
dice.
grab the
Yep, just roll
extra
3
assassination
dice.
points here.
D3
Of
plus
Just see if
course.
we can
2.
we can get out an additional
So you
3.
take
additional
3
Veeps.
mortals. Then my Neurothrope is going
Good
to
stuff,
smite.
chat.
And he gets it with a... no, you
And I don't stop it.
You do... Don't
I
you?
don't. No, because he's +2 for some goddamn reason.
Okay, plus 2. Okay, so D3 for 2.
Down to 1.
Now the question is... nope. That doesn't matter. Okay, that's all the catalyst, whatever, I don't care. Okay, so then on to shooting. I'm gonna just, for the fun of it, put everything... I do need to kill this little shit. Oh, I don't need to kill it, this is just for fun. So little attacks are gonna go into him, big attacks are gonna go into that guy.
Yeah.
So we got 8 attacks into your Neurothrope, that's 9. On
Yeah, I'm kind of
fives.
hoping we see a Neurothrope charge another Neurothrope to try to kill it, to be
And
honest,
on
chat.
4s. Yay, wait, not one more. Okay, so the 2 failed, 2 on your...
Of
oh,
course,
wait,
yeah.
Come on. Oh, come on, dude.
There it is! The other Neurothrope goes
I
down.
get another 3 points there, and then big cannons into that guy.
Yeah, I'm just taking them off. It's fine.
Yay, so that gives me my defense 0, and I get 3 points for assassination.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's the final score. We are 84-74.
It should be...
Someone needs to explain to me half of those data sheets. And why I managed to lose that off like 3 rolls.
Yeah, have you ever seen a giraffe fighting, like 2 giraffes fighting? I imagine that's what Neurothropes look like. They just like swing their big long necks around and they like bang their heads into each other, and I imagine that's exactly what Neurothropes are doing.
Yeah, but I needed the rerolls because you have venom folks.
To
And the +1 to charge shouldn't have really been an issue because like advance and charge with 7-inch move from here.
Yeah, but dice are evil. Especially this fucking dice roller. That's why.
Yeah, so
I rolled
upside here,
a three.
Dylan didn't
That's
lose
when I
his
rolled a
Warlord,
10-man
so
brick
he
of
got the
Vanguards
extra point on
from a
Indicus side.
3-inch charge to a 2-inch charge. And I failed because I only needed 4.
That's pretty crazy.
I've been like
you know?
consistently failing really stupidly short charges in a bunch of games now, and it's starting
Yep.
to get to me.
Yeah. Imagine that with Raven Guard when you only get turn 1 and you die to sisters because your units are a piece of shit. But anyway. Anyway, game.
Yeah.
So, good game.
Yeah, game. Good game.
My first pod victory.
Yeah, GG guys. That was a pretty silly game.
Yeah. Well, we got to have 2 models each on the board.
I know. Charges are hard. I've heard. Those
Yeah.
are tough.
Well, also the Tyrants didn't do any sidekick. His Tyrants, went brain dead. My Tyrants went brain dead. About the Tyrant dying to Overwatch was quite fun.
Screw it, even if my Maliceptor managed to roll a 4 for the advance, it would have taken a Screamer Killer off in Psychic. Oh my god.
Do we build on the Screamer Killers are freaking overtuned to heck?
There's... Why? Why the... Okay. Why 10-inch move? Why 10 attacks? Why toughness 7, 2 plus -1 damage?
It's actually 11.
Why maximum -4 leadership? Why is that even a thing?
It's actually 11-inch movement. With...
Yeah, okay, they shouldn't even be allowed to take those. Why do they get light cover? Why do they need the 2 up with light cover and -1 damage?
And why is their gun anti-tank?
To be fair, the light cover upgrade is like a 15-point upgrade, I think.
I had like about a bunch of points left over, so.
Yeah.
And why +1 attack on the charge?
I don't know. 10. You think 10 attacks would be enough in a unit that a model that costs 135 points?
It's only
Why?
115 without any upgrades. It
Yeah,
still
it's
gets
150.
attacks.
It's 100 and
Why?
in this with all that, even
Amazing.
though that 15 point is 135 points for 10 attacks, strength 7, AP minus 3 damage.
I'm
Again, Adrenal
I'm just-
gland, and in
I'm just
Yeoman
immense. Yeah, Jormungandr makes it worse.
and in Yeoman you get a deep striker.
I am immensely glad that I will never have to fight these in the UK.
Why?
The terrain just doesn't allow them to move.
What screamer
Yeah, because they can't fly and they can't move through stuff. So they've got to snake in and out of like dense boards.
Oh, you guys actually put more terrain on the thing.
Yeah, the like the Goonhammer stuff, the WTC stuff, even the LGT stuff really stops Screamer Killers like being able to move around the board.
I don't know if that's that's an upside. That sounds like
That's kind of like
sounds
old
like
tournament
another
models.
problem also.
It's like old tournament models. Can't
Yeah.
move in. And then you just, it's
yeah,
either this, you have like 50 Raveners on your ass.
Yeah, that
That's not
list is horrifying.
also freaking terrifying when you have like they thought like let's make it, the interceptor squad. This is very annoying. Let's make it even worse.
I
Yo,
don't understand the Tyranid rules. I just can't.
It's what happens when you want to sell models and you overtune the shit out of everything. Like,
They
literally,
would have sold without being this broken on everything.
like Harpy has no business being this cheap for what it does.
Nope.
Even a Hive Tyrant, Afghan Hive Tyrant is way too cheap. Like people complain about that Dawn Eagle Captain being too tough. He's literally a Dawn Eagle Captain on crack.
I can like deal with a lot of the stuff in Tyranids. What I can't deal with is the 10-inch death aura from Harpy Spore Mines. And the fact that a bit like Space Marines, every time they get a new book, everything feels like it has one too many rules. Or for Screamer Killers, 5 too many rules. They could take 5 of those rules off and they'd still be good.
Yeah, I will say I think Screamer Killers feel a lot like less abusive if they're not also being supported by Harpies, right? Because if like the fact that Harpies are just like this hyper efficient damage that like comes up and swings around in your face, and you can't really do anything about, makes the backup of the melee a lot worse because it also gets this like hyper efficient shooting platform. But if you just if you just took Harpies out of the card effects list, like I think It's yeah, just stuff running at you, like, you know, is good, but it's not.
I'm not so sure about
quite
the
as
stack.
brutal.
Although these ones are overcost. I put the damn crushing course, which I absolutely do. So I should just kept it with Siphon Tyrant.
I think the important question is, imagine his list with 4+ invuln and my list with 5+ invuln.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nothing dies. Nothing's going to die.
Yeah.
So I surprised made a pod, even though with heavy root on the pod, they gave people a chance. But the problem is that the data sheets are so overtuned that it doesn't really care. Like I played Ultramarines with 9 Eradicators, and they all shot into the Maleceptor, and they couldn't kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, once the aura is up, it's like the strength 8 guns, like the Meltic weapons, they just bounce.
Why are they the
brutal.
same toughness as a knight? Why are they the same toughness as a knight? I don't.
Yeah, their defensive
Oh, they-
profile for points is a little silly for sure.
They're tougher than a Knight because a Knight doesn't get 2 up armor.
Oh,
Or
4+ invuln.
that
Why?
literally a high Tyrant on foot is like half the size of a Knight, but he's twice as tough as a bloody Knight. And he punches harder than a Knight.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Like this, I don't know who in GW, like all the Xenos factions, whoever writes the Xenos factions really likes thinking like, how can I make them actually want to buy Space Marines just to hate them?
But yeah, I think it's just whoever writes the most recent codex.
But
Because like this is a discussion we've been having every time a book's come out since
but
for
it's
the
always
last 6
the
months.
Xenos. It's always like the Xenos factions that break the game more. Like
Is it? Is it?
how
Is it?
That's because
I think it's
if
just
you
those have been the ones that have come out. But like Adeptus Mechanicus happened, right? Like
yeah, but if you look at what armies stay strong though, it's the movement armies. It's the damage ones like Marines and Custodes and Admech that tend to get power crept out very quickly. It's the ones gun lines tend to get power crept out eventually. Armies that are just hyper efficient at scoring points
they brutally
tend
if
to live.
what was it? What's a Space Marine gunship? That big ass
Stormhaven?
one? No, the big one, the Forgewood one.
The
Actually,
Thunderhawk?
not the Thunderhawk. What's the one that?
The one that everyone took 3 of.
A Fire Raptor?
Yeah, no. If a Fire Raptor was the price of a freaking Harpy, even with my pay 1 CP4, people would take all of them. Because this Harpy is better than a Fire Raptor. Even if you put it on point to point, I mean, the same points, it would be better than a freaking Harpy. I mean, better than a Fire Raptor, because a Fire Raptor doesn't have Strength 9, AP -3, 4 damage bloody weapons.
It would
Well,
definitely be a
also-
consideration for sure.
It's like
Well,
they're 4 damage explicitly just to get around -1 damage. It's
Yeah, it's like, well, 3 damage. Like, literally, this thing used to be, I think, it was a D6 weapon, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was a D6 weapon, so they didn't go for 3 damage. They decided, no, let's give it 4 damage, just so that, Deathwing Terminators can, not Deathwing, Death God Terminators can't have any fun.
Yeah.
And Thousand Suns doesn't even care about. Well, Thousand Suns can be a bit annoying with it, but they don't give a shit about Thousand Suns when you just pick up one.
Yeah.
Or why Exocan gets to Tesla at shots once per game.
God, I hate losing games on dice.
Yep.
Like,
But-
both of our rolls were horrific, but I rolled horrific where I needed to do stuff.
To be true to well, but quite shit, because if my Tyrant didn't deny that spell, you wouldn't be able to Overwatch him. So I'm pretty sure one of his skins would have died, but it is quite funny to lose a Tyrant. Although he survived way longer than he should have.
Yeah.
Or for some reason that they decided just to give monsters OPSEC as a secondary trait. That's quite fun.
I don't think that's the issue. I think the fact that you can just choose that after the game started. Like, I think I would have this on a non-sticky mission as well. Because then I force your Carnifexes to sit in areas.
Well, you also, like, it's not like you don't choose that if you're playing the Carnifex list. You, like, pretend that you'll choose something else, but you always take the objective secured.
Depends. Also, what's the other one? The ignore AP -1 if you're fighting Custodians. That's quite fun. or anyone that can't pull off, that has to run low AP guns.
Oh,
I
sure,
hate
against
it.
like Sagittarium or whatever.
Yeah, because
I
then
guess
only
so.
the big guns work.
Yeah.
But
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Okay.
Thanks for the game. I've put your score in, so you're all set. Indicus, congratulations on taking it down.
yeah,
And,
Indicius, but anyway.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll see you guys in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I got another fight to do with more broken stuff. This is gonna be fun. Probably gonna be. Actually, I had to take away the RPs. These things are quite annoying playing in one of the lists.
Yeah. All right.
See ya.
Well, cheers, guys. Have a good rest of your evening.
Take care.
All right, chats. We're gonna we're gonna call that there. A little bit of a salt out. It is funny to lose to the same faction that you're playing and then complain about that they're too powerful. I don't know. Whatever. Weren't double shooting Primaris Ultramarines really good? They were fine. That wasn't like the reason that Space Marines were good. Ultramarines were good because they were the first Space Marine chapter to come out in the 8th edition Space Marine release. But Ultramarines have never really been good in 9th edition. It was always Salamanders. There was a hot minute where it was like Raven Guard plus Ultramarines, but it wasn't too much. Jonathan, not sure armies are winning by being fast and scoring points while they're winning by tabling their opponent. I don't think that's the case. I think the armies that are too powerful are winning by tabling their opponent. But that is the exception rather than the rule. I will say, like, I think Tyranids and like the Eldari Codex when it came out, and probably still, like the codexes when they come out are killing people, right? But Dylan's point was that we tend to talk about these armies in the past their point of nerf because they end up sort of remaining strong. And I mean, I was like literally just going over GT data yesterday, and we Drukhari won a GT. They had a couple top 8s. We're still talking about Drukhari, this far out from them being dumpstered by multiple sets of changes. And I think the point to which that those style of armies would still be decent, even after being changed, does make sense. Like, I think we'll probably see another round of nerfs to Eldari and Tyranids, and they'll probably still be in the metagame. But it's tougher to be consistent with Custodes when you don't have the same level of objective control. Or an army like Custodes, for example. Shuriken cannons and Hail of Doom. Oh, hell yeah. Robo Shark. Delicious. All right, chats. Well, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the people who gifted subs and stuff. I appreciate it. To the people who subscribed. Definitely took a little bit of a break, so I saw a little bit of a subscriber drought, but I appreciate people coming back. I'm going to be live tomorrow for Third on Thursday over on YouTube. You can go check that out. That's probably going to be Eldar versus Tyranids again. Just because that's what my local players want to play. But we should have William coming back and Colin coming back, so I will not be on stream. But I will be there to commentate for people and, or at least, be there in the background and talk about stuff. Oh yeah, we got to get points. Points. Carnifexes win. Good job to the people who voted Carnifexes. That was, we're pretty heavily outnumbered. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited about that. Hopefully, we can get things to better technologically than we had them, because the last Thursday was really brutal. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But I will, like I mentioned before, also be live over the weekend at the Warhammer Retreat. That's a local 32-player event that I'm going to be covering. I think they're going to do 6 rounds, so I think we'll have 6 games up on stream here on the Twitch. And then that'll be over on the YouTube channel in the not-too-distant future. But other than that, I think I'm going to let people go. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm realizing that my face is reflected in my computer. here, which is kind of fun. Usually I have my camera cropped a little bit for it with the overlay over top of it, but not today. So there you go. And there's 2 Trevies on the screen now. So anyway, yeah. Tune in tomorrow for Throw Down Thursday. I'll be live here again on Friday, normal time, and then I'm going to be live all weekend. It's going to be sick. I'm going to do lots of commentary. I'm going to be talking all day, and I'm just, like, psyched. I'm just super psyched. Twice the Trevi goodness. Hell yeah. Twice the Trevi, twice the fun. Yeah, so anyway, goodbye, chat. Let's raid somebody. Who are we raiding? Survey says... Angry Joe Show. He's playing something. Let's go hang out with Angry Joe. Whatever. I don't know what he's playing, but we're gonna go hang out with him. Looks like something on a grid with miniatures, and I'm in. There's miniatures already, so. All right, cheers everybody. Go hang out with Joe and have a good time.